Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shane, that's Shane's Games, and tonight we're going to be playing Blazing Dragons for the PS1. This won't be our first time playing it, so if you want to see how we got to where we are tonight, or see any of the games that I've played in the past, be them obscure, unusual, or nostalgic, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. But for tonight, let us get into the game, shall we? Let's see, to start, wait, do I actually get into the game and then hit load? Is it one of the games that do that? I think I might have to. Which is really awkward, but that does happen sometimes. I hadn't actually investigated that. I know the save system works, so I did test that out. Yeah, I think we actually have to get out of the game proper and then load. Also, I did notice that the title screen there only mentioned Crystal Dynamics. Which is weird that the developers wouldn't be on the title screen either. I'm so confused. Alright, so we go to memory card, restore game from card. And we want the bottom one right here. That should load it up. It's bizarre. It's surreal. I don't know what's going on there. Alright, so those of us who weren't here yesterday, let me fill you in on what is basically going into in this game. We are a dragon named Flicker in a kingdom of dragons that lives adjacent to a warring kingdom of humans. Flicker is on a quest to become a knight because he wants to marry his true love, Princess Flame. So his goals are to become a knight, win a tournament so that he can marry her, and also right now he also needs to rescue her because she's been kidnapped. So there's a lot going on right now. Weird, all these credits just say Ellen Smithy. There you go. Oh yeah, the 64 cartridge I believe is pretty rare, which is really weird. Now see, here's the thing, arguments. When I looked on YouTube, because somebody posted a clip of Blazing Dragons, the cartoon on YouTube, and the cartoon looked very different than the art in this game, so I don't know what happened. I do know that this game was originally scheduled to come out a year before the cartoon, and they delayed it so it would come out at the same time as the cartoon, so I'm not sure. These could have been like early designs for the cartoon that got changed over time. I have no idea. Alright, so let's refresh our memory for what items we have in our inventory, because we have just a bajillion of these things. So we've got a really boring magazine about royalty. We've got a hair growth potion. We have a sheet that has 2 holes burned in it. We've got some really old tongs. We've got our invention book. We've got a clicky pen. We have a feather duster. We have a stamp with a dodo on it. We have a stamp with an eagle on it. We have a really pissed off mole with a head wound. We have some soap for laundry. We have a wooden paddle. We have some prunes. We have a red ribbon. We have the funny pages from a newspaper. We have the head from an effigy of Sir George, the human knight, who's our villain. And we got a bone. So that's where we're at right now. There's a big inventory in this game, holy crap, so much stuff. Remember this, there will be a quiz later. I hope not, I'd fail that quiz. So I think we've done everything we can do in this section right now. I think we've basically finished this up. I'll see if there's anything else to see here, but I don't think so. I do notice there's a cart of shit in the corner.
Oh, phew, holy moly! It's a great big pile of shit! Huh? Bloody censors. That was my best line in the whole game.
Oh, we're starting out meta, aren't we? I can see we are. What happens if I try to interact with this?
No way am I carrying a pile of manure around with me. I have a hard enough time attracting Princess Flame as it is.
Alright, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You can't tell if it's a normal dragon body, if they're like a dragon centaur sort of thing. That's what everybody was saying yesterday. They look like dragon centaurs. Like, I just see centipede when I look at the fact that they've got 4 legs and then 2 arms. It's just super weird. Alright, let's see if we can head towards the castle from here.
Who's ever on door duty today, answer the door, and then report for behavior. I'll get it myself!
Ow.
What's this? At last, the plans! I must show these to Mervyn. Enjoy your stroll, gate guard. Remove your helmet.
Of course. But why?
So this won't hurt me more than it hurts you!
Very good, Sir George.
So, Sir George is holding Flame captive. And now he has the plans to my dishwasher engine.
The voice of the villain there, Sir George, if it sounded familiar, is actually Cheech Marin. So that is a wonderful thing. Dr. Stubby, welcome in. How are you doing today, Stubby? Hope you are having a good weekend. Glad to have you with us. And then Alchemist Merlin, welcome in as well. Hope you're doing good. Purpose built to ruin the dragon or wyvern discussion the internet has ever had. This does make it confusing. I will admit that. Alright, so... Can we look at the dodo? He looks like he's in bad shape.
The little guy's taking a real beating. If he keeps it up, he may become extinct after all.
That was a threat, definitely.
He doesn't seem himself. He might attack if I tried that.
Alright, so we can't pick up the dodo, interestingly. Let's see what else we can see around here.
That bell must summon the drawbridge guard.
Alright. That might be a thing we have to do.
Sir George's moat. He really needs to call his pool guy.
That is pretty disgusting, I will admit.
It's Sir George and Mervyn the Magician's home, Castle Grim. The name certainly fits.
Agreed, agreed. Let's try getting in there. Let's try bringing the gate guard.
That bell must summon the drawbridge guard.
Not so fast! I see you there! Hey, you must be the new Pope boy from the juice pub! State your business!
It does kind of sound like Donuts, doesn't it? Alright, let's go for information first.
Would you tell me about this moat?
Sure! It circles the castle, it's filled with infectious rancid water, and it's home to a family of electric eels. Care for a
Is the lady of the house in?
Lady Esmeralda is rather indisposed. She and Sir George had words last night. Well, actually, she had words. He had a big rock.
When do you expect her back?
Well, that depends. Do you believe in reincarnation?
Wow! Wow, okay. So that happened. I think we just heard about a murder. Okay. Okay.
I'd like to enter the castle, please.
Unless your name is on the list, you're not getting in. And since there is no list, you're not getting in.
Then why do you even bother answering the bell?
To accept delivery.
I'm sorry. I thought this was Stan and Trudy Dombrowski's castle. Theirs must be the next one over.
Honest mistake.
Music reminds me of Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I love the music in that game. So distinctive for a Super Nintendo game. Alright, he mentioned he was looking for somebody from the juice bar. And I know the juice bar serves prunes. And we know that in adventure games, eventually you need to spike somebody's drink with something that will give them the shits. Let's see if we can go there. Put on the George head? We could put on the George head too. But hang on, look, we didn't look at the prunes last time. We didn't look at any of our new items. Let's check those out real quick.
Prunes, the gift that keeps on giving.
Disgusting. And how about the funny pages?
I might be able to use these to wrap up the mess I'm in.
You mentioned wrapping up last time, so I'm curious what that's about.
It's a startling likeness of Sir George. Each time I look at it, I get startled.
Alright, so we can't actually use items on Flickr, is the thing. I can try using it on the bell, maybe.
That would be cruel and unusual.
Apparently we cannot. Oh, Rin, I sense you have a brainstorm. What are you thinking, Rin? I think it has something to do with the fact he mentioned he thought I was from the juice bar. And I know the juice bar serves prune juice. Can we do something with the prunes, maybe? What we do with the prunes? I'm not sure. We've got like the paddle. Could we paddle the prunes?
These are too lethal to use in the wrong spot. I'll hang on to them.
Apparently not. Use the tongs?
This doesn't seem to be working.
No, it doesn't work either. Maybe I can go back to the juice bar and just straight up get some prune juice? Possibly? Remember being college poor and needing wrap presents for delivery? Oh. Maybe I could do that then. Can we do that?
They're looking pretty good. I'd say almost presentable.
Alright, yeah, that actually worked.
Almost presentable, but it needs a finishing touch to pull it all together.
Well, we do have this ribbon.
A gift suitable for a king. After he eats the prunes, he can sit around reading the funny papers.
Ha! Alright. Well, the guy said that he entered the door to take delivery as well, so that was another clue there that I totally missed the first time. So let's go ahead and grab that. And then we'll use that on the bell, I think. And that should work.
These are too lethal to use in the wrong spot. I'll hang on to them.
Or I can't use them right now.
These are...
Oh, we do have gift wrap prunes at least, so that's a good thing. Maybe I'll try ringing the bell again and see if maybe there's a piece of dialogue I can use to hand them over.
State your business.
Oh, here we go.
I got a delivery for Sir George.
Well, hand it over then.
Alright, there we go. There's our opportunity. There you go.
Now this is more like it. I'll run these right up to him. Sir George, a gift from one of your subjects.
Let's see what we have here. I'll be very upset if this is another pile of horse. Prunes. So good.
Sir George, now slow down. Remember what happened last time? Oh no! Too late!
Oh, blast! Out of my way! Sweet relief.
Okay. So that happened. Paddle the prunes does sound like something you'd find in Urban Dictionary. And yeah, that dodo is having a bad day. They just keep dropping the bridge on him there. The wheel is spinning, but the mouse is dead. I love that turn of phrase, Dr. Stubby. Who just eats delivery prunes? I suppose he's royalty. You never know how they're going to act, I suppose. Oh, sounds like the vice principal from Doug. I don't remember the vice principal at all. Alright, can we get this eel down here? Oh, I can climb down there, actually. Oh, Jesus!
I can't touch that eel without proper protection.
Is that what the tongs are for, maybe? Maybe I can use the tongs, then. Maybe their time has finally come. Yep, there we go. Let's have a look at them in the inventory.
The eel is all right for the moment, but it'll need to be back in water soon.
Alright. Oh! Is that something, maybe? Alright, let me save real quick. And then we'll see if we can go a little bit farther in here. Otherwise, I think we're going to need to head back soon. Because we've got some other puzzles that were unsolved that we need to look into. Let's go back to the beginning and start overwriting our old saves now. Basically, just sound and talk like Don Knotts. Nice, nice. That was a lot of dirty water in there. Kind of disgusting. Alright, so can we go into the side door of the castle here? Let's see what we can do in here.
The front door is an iron-bound oak with an armed guard, but the back door isn't even latched.
Well, that's handy.
Here be George's wife, same in death as was in life.
What? What? I don't even know. All right, what do we got here?
The entrance to Sir George's royal bathroom. P.U. No blue water in there.
All right, sure.
That doorway seems to lead into the courtyard.
All right, let's try this one first, I suppose. Although it sounds like there's terrible things going on in there.
Your Majesty, I thought you were still ensconced on the porcelain eminence. That is you, isn't it, Sir George? I hope you don't want your armor. We should wait until your stomach settles down.
No! I want my armor now!
Does your Majesty remember it takes a fortnight to de-rust your armor every time you have one of your little accidents? Very well, let me feel your face.
What?
It's your own rule, sire. Last year, imposters stole your armor 6 times. So to verify that it's really you, I must touch your face.
Wow. You know what? No, I'm choosing this one. I'm choosing this one because I have to.
No! I touched myself earlier and I'm sure it's me!
No touch, no armor.
So that happened. Alright. Now we've got a clear use for the King George head. So let's go ahead and bust that out.
The face rings a bell. Feels like it's done so repeatedly, too. But you don't smell like a polecat preschool. An imposter! Beat it!
Alright, so the face works for the feel, but he says it needs to smell terrible as well. Interesting. It's my armor and I need it now! Damn it. Alright, let's look around this place a little bit first, see if there's anything interesting to spot around here.
I always thought his face could break mirrors.
Yeah, the toilet paper is like 1,000,000 miles away from the toilet. That seems horrible. We could dunk the face in the pool water. There actually is the cart of shit in the town, though. That's what I was thinking. Let's just take it straight to town and toss it in there. Wait, what the heck was pulling on the toilet paper right there? Oh! Is he actually in there?
The royal toilet appears occupied by Sir George.
Oh, he's literally in there taking a shit right now. I didn't realize that.
Fresh rainwater. Sir George must drink it since he certainly doesn't bathe with it.
Interesting, interesting.
That's Sir George's armour, freshly de-rusted. Dressed in it, I could have free reign of the castle.
That's so nice. Alright, so let's head out of here right now, because I've got a couple other things I want to try doing. Hey, Boat Ladder, welcome in. How are you doing today, Boat Ladder? Hope you were having a good weekend. Hope you had a good Halloween as well. Let's check the courtyard, too, while we're over here, though. See if there's anything interesting in there.
Nope. I would have to be disguised to go in there.
Alright, so that's where we need to go after we get the disguise. Gotcha, gotcha. And hey, Bob, welcome in, Bob. How are you doing? Hope you had a good Halloween. Glad to have you with us. Alright, so we'll go ahead and leave here, too. Drav, welcome in. How's your weekend going, Drav? Hope you had a good Halloween. Alright, so first of all, there is the cart full of shit. So let's just grab the face mask. There we go.
Ah, Essence de Sir George. Smells just like the real thing.
That's disgusting. Oh God, look at it too. Oh, what is? Oh God.
It's a startling likeness of Sir George. Each time.
It doesn't say anything different about it, but it looks a bit rank now. Drev, you're at home like most sensible people, I guess. Same here. Same here. I ended up watching a horror movie, though, with a friend via the internet, so that was nice. Yeah, it's gonna ruin my poor bag. My poor bag is gonna smell disgusting. R.I.P. my lovely bag. Alright, so we'll head back up to the royal bathroom. We should be able to use the mask to con our way into getting that armor now. I'm pretty sure. And then we'll see if we can go in the courtyard and if there's anything else we can do in there. I know there's still a few things outside of here that we want to do, but as long as there's stuff to do right here, we may as well explore this a little bit. Alright.
Wait, that smell would make a buzzard look up from a dead buffalo. It's you all right, Sir George? Now stay away from those prunes and take this rust begone in case you have another accident and your armor seizes up on you again.
Excellent. Let's go ahead and get out of here then. We should be able to explore the courtyard. Really gotta remember to say, make like a tree and get the hell out of here. That is such a good line. Not looking forward to this month. I'm sorry to hear that, Bob. That is unfortunate. Oh, hey, the dog's here.
It's Dog the dog, Sir George's pet peeve.
Pet peeve, nice. Alright, just let me walk by. I thought that was going to be another puzzle where I had to stop him.
They built a new black dragon and installed my dishwasher steam engine in it.
Oh, that's not good. And I have a bone. Can I give that to the dog now, or is that going to be for a puzzle later? I assume that's got something to do with the dog. I'm just not sure what we need to do with it.
Fetch!
Oh.
Whoa, good boy.
Alright, so I can't pick it up again, oddly enough. Hopefully that was something I needed to do. Masquerade Battle Royale. That could be interesting. I do appreciate a good Battle Royale. Alright, let's take a look around here to see what we can see.
It must be his job to launch the black dragon.
What else we got here?
He seems to be in charge of launching the black dragon.
Alright, so the guy in back is the one that actually launches. The guy in front is the one that orders him to do it. And how about the guy in the tower? We don't appear to have anything for him.
This stairway goes down somewhere. I should probably investigate.
Alright, so check that out in a second.
This control appears to raise or lower the front gate.
Oh, hey, so maybe we can lower the front gate and make it smash into it. That'd be pretty amazing. Pretty not good last time I watched some gameplay. Last gameplay I saw looked pretty cool, but I haven't seen anything too recent. Alright, so we'll investigate the stairs first before we see if there's a way to wreck that black dragon. Because we definitely are going to want to wreck that black dragon.
Won't be long now, Princess Flame. Once your father's mystic royal scepter is in my hands, the universe will be mine. Mine!
You're wasting your breath, you megalomaniac. I make it a point never to listen to other people's psychotic episodes.
Foolish creature. Once the Black Dragon 2 is fully operational, your value as a hostage diminishes to around, let's see, carry the 4, 0!
You will like it in the psycho ward. They have tapioca on Tuesdays.
Now, apparently he doesn't notice through my disguise either, which is kind of amazing.
I always knew Mervyn had the brains of an idiot. And here they are.
Nice, nice.
It's the gruesome grinning skull of Moondrake the Malevolent, forced into permanent retirement by Sir George.
Sounds like there's a story there.
This must be where Mervyn hatches his dastardly schemes for world domination.
It would appear so, yes.
I have to rescue the princess. She's locked up tight.
Alright, we know where she is at least, and we can get to her. We just gotta figure out how to get that door open. Alright, Machine, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate the lurk as always. What else we got here?
I am shocked at such a frivolous use of science.
Alright, that's apparently not anything.
I've got one of those back in Camel Hot. It's absolutely useless, really, but it looks awfully impressive.
Fair enough.
This must be where...
Alright.
That's Mervyn the Magician, Sir George's advisor. He's rumoured to have mildly magical powers. He's also a complete loot.
Fair enough. It does kind of have that Discworld vibe. I want to track down one of the Discworld games and play it on stream as well. Discworld Noir in particular I'm very curious about. Can we talk to him?
Mervyn!
What is it now?
Let's see.
Leave me to question the prisoner!
Oh, go away. I need to finish my work.
Alright, that didn't work.
You're needed outside, Mervyn. You have callers. You really should come.
Very well. Oh, wait. It's probably those persistent toads from the bank about my student loans. Tell them I've moved or died or something.
Give me the, status on, you know, the evil plan thingy.
You slept through the morning meeting again, didn't you? Incorporating that foolish inventor's steam engine has increased the destructive potential of my Black Dragon 1,000-fold.
Destructive potential? But it was never meant to... I mean, good! Destroying is good, I guess.
You bet your foul feet it's good.
Good cover there, good cover. Bob, you're old in 14 days? That's exciting. Hope you're gonna celebrate a little bit at least. Discworld 1 was pretty bad. 2 is, well, it's Discworld, very wordy and moon logic-y but fun. Noir is super rare and hard to run. Ooh, I do enjoy a challenge. I'll have to look into that then. Oh, the Sesame Street Lego set is live. I have seen that. It looks really classy. Gives me some nostalgic vibes from when I was a little kid watching Sesame Street.
Splendid work, Mervyn! Carry on, Toodle Pip! Good show and all that!
Your vote of confidence thrills me to no end, sire.
No Snuffy though, or is it retro Snuffy and you just can't see him? Let's see if we can talk to the princess as well.
Psst! Princess Flame?
Get away from me, you gangrenous brute!
It's me, Flicker!
I have no desire to play games, Sir George. If you were really Flicker, you'd know my birthday.
You were born on December the 6th. You weighed 96 pounds and your first words were Flooshy Mooga.
Oh, your spies have done their homework, Sir George. But I vow to remain silent until I am rescued.
Well, that didn't work. Let's see. It's kind of good at times, but we really need to walk through. There are definitely some old adventure games like that, so I can understand that. Alright, I don't think there's anything else we can do down here right now. We need to find some way to distract him. Oh, what is Rust Be Gone, by the way?
It's heavy-duty Rust Be Gone. Sure to remove rust from almost anything.
Alright, so we might need that later. So I know it would distract him, I suspect. What if we just wrecked up the Black Dragon? So let's see if there's any way we could do that. I'm curious how we can interact with the guys up here to see if we can do anything. Can we close the gate right away? Is that a thing we can do?
There. The gate is securely closed.
That seems like a good sign. Can we talk to one of these guys?
You there!
Sir George, are you here to give the word to launch the Black Dragon 2?
To what? I mean, Yes, let's rip.
Yes, sir, but first I need the passcode.
Dang it.
Of course you do. I knew that.
Uh,
The rooster crows at midnight. There's sand in my swimming costume. The rains have come early this fall, so wear your good socks.
Oh, I get it. You're testing me. Gotcha, Chief.
Alright, so we gotta figure out the password before we can do anything with that. That is unfortunate. Can we talk to this guy?
You up there, do something! And I mean now!
But Sir George, only I may initiate launch procedure.
Alright, so no, it's gotta go through that guy, unfortunately. Alright. We need some way to figure out the password. Let's head downstairs and see if we can get it out of Mervyn. Otherwise, we might want to head back to the bathroom, see if we can get anything out of there. Dothy, welcome in. Loads of copies in the UK. And Windows 95 90 VM to come leaps and bounds. Interesting. I do happen to have a Windows 95 and a Windows 98 VM running on an emulated IBM Power PC. So that might be worth taking a look. See, I tried to look at the paper on the desk.
This must be where
And
Mervyn...
he just comments on the desk itself, unfortunately. Like, it seems like something obvious to look at, but apparently it's not.
Now,
Oh, you never seen it streamed on Twitch. Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, nothing new I can talk to him about there. So let's head back up to the bathroom, see if there's anything we can figure out there. Oh, is it just a wonky hitbox? Is there like an actual way to look at that thing, maybe? It wouldn't be an adventure game without at least one thing that's difficult to actually click on. Let's see.
This must... This must... It's some sort of formula or secret code.
There is a wonky hitbox. That is very bizarre. Alright, we got it now. Let's go ahead and dump it in my inventory and we'll take a look at it.
Let's see. It says... Poke eyes, bonk head, jab Adam's apple, poke eyes again, hammer nose, 2 head bonks, slap face, and then a final poke in the eyes. By criminy, it's some kind of barbaric code.
That's the password, I assume. Excellent, excellent. Let's see. Good morning, Bish. How are you doing today? How is your morning looking? My Halloween is great. I watched a horror movie with a friend. It was lovely. Good movie. Good hanging out with a friend. How about yourself? How did you spend your Halloween? Do you have a fun time, I hope? Alright, I'm going to save my game before we do this, in case anything goes terribly, terribly wrong. But I assume we just use that on the guy, and then we should be good. And hopefully that will smash the black dragon into the gate. I'm assuming that's what we'll get there. So, let's go up into the inventory. Grab this. And then we'll use it on him.
All right, you imbecile. I've got your code right here.
Code has been verified. Launch.
Those sound effects. Excellent. Well, that takes care of that.
what the devil is all that racket? I get on a really good diabolical roll, and then what? Oh, I'd better investigate.
Well, I got him out of the lab as well, so we're making progress here. Stayed home with the wife and watched movies and went to sleep hella early, but the day went well. That sounds cozy.
Let this happen, you fool!
Sir George entered the code correctly. I was only doing my job.
What in the world possessed you to do such a thing? Really, what were you thinking?
Who says I was thinking? This is my castle, and I'll do as I please.
Oh, alright, that worked. Well, let's head down to the basement and see if we can do anything with the Princess Flame. Now that we got the room to ourselves down there. Oh, there's the dog.
I bet he's happy to be reunited with his boat.
It seems so.
I have to rescue the princess. It's locked. I'll need the keys.
Alright, how do we get the keys? Can we do something with the dog?
I once took a cat nap, but I'm no dog napper.
Alright, so we can't just interact with the dog right there. Now, the dog wouldn't have run downstairs if there wasn't something that we needed to do with the dog. So what do we need to do with the dog? I'm not sure. There are some lines that even this character won't cross. It's good to know. And Rook's Honor, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing good. Shannon, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you doing today? Can we talk to the dog?
Don't worry, boy. Today, I'm nice.
Huh, that works. Maybe we need to go get the bone again, because it was out in the, it wouldn't let us pick up the bone again, but it might be out in the yard now, so that's what I was going to go check. Let's see if we can go grab the bone again now. Yep, cool, the bone is out there, so let's go ahead and pick that up, if we can now. We can, excellent! And let's see if we can do something with that. I'm not quite sure what, but I'll try using it, then we'll see what happens. Blue Lion, good day to you as well. How are you doing today? I hope you had a good Halloween. Just back from walkies. That sounds nice. How's the weather for that? Alright, so let's grab the bone. Use it on the dog.
Whoa, good boy.
Alright, so he fetches it again, so if we had something to do with it, that might be a little better, but we don't know where the keys are. So I'll hang on to the bone for right now. And then we'll keep it in mind that he will go after it if need be. I don't see anything that looks like keys in here, unfortunately.
It's Mervin's evil and twisted window.
So I don't think there's any way to get the keys in here that I can see anyway. I don't know what else we can do in here right now. It is a nice brain collection. He has a lot, various sizes, shapes. I'm impressed with that. There's no bad weather, just bad, unsuitable clothing. Oh, that makes sense. I can see that.
How am I going to fix it in time?
What is Abby normal? That's a good question. Now, where can we find those keys is the
Why
question.
add insult to injury?
That's true. He is kind of having a bad day there. Oh, I noticed the launch guy is actually weeping back there.
I'd better not. I've caused enough damage already.
I'm sorry, sir.
I'd better not.
Alright, so we can't interact with any of them now. So, let's head back to the bathroom, maybe? Maybe Sir George has the keys? I'm not sure where we should be looking for the keys at. So let's head up here and see what's going on. We'll see if the bathroom attendant has anything else to say. I don't see anything else in here.
Well, how do I look?
I hate to think. I mean, splendid, I'm sure.
I wonder if we can put the eel in the wash basin. I don't know what that would accomplish aside from the fact that it seems like that would be funny.
No. Even though I'm sure the eel would love the water, I think I'll hang on to him for the time being.
Alright, they had a response for it at least. I appreciate that.
The royal toilet. I have nothing to say to that.
Alright, so we can't talk to him, so I don't see anything here either. So that's really weird. I think I might be missing something. Where are the keys that we need to get is the question. Or should I be heading somewhere else to do something else right now? That is also a good question. I can think of one other thing we could do, but I don't think that'd help us right now. So I have a feeling we're supposed to be right here.
That
Rin, you got a
doorway
hint? What are you thinking, Rin? What is your hint? Because I figured the problem would be that I need to see the key somewhere, and then I'd be like, oh, how do I get to it?
It's almost totaled. Repair could take days.
What else did I pick up while I was here? We got the eel, we got the rust to be gone, and we got the bone. You think maybe the lock's just rusted? Maybe? Suppose we could try using the rust to be gone on it. That could be a thing. I was assuming it would be something that actually mentioned being rusty before I used it on it, but we may as well give it a shot. So let's go ahead and do that. I got the rust be gone here.
That's not rusty.
That is not rusted. You think the rust be gone could be used elsewhere? I mean, probably. Let me try and think. Where do we have available to us? I don't remember seeing anything rusted in the castle that I can recall. And aside from that, we've also got the lake with the lady in it. I don't remember anything rusted there. And we've got the town as well, which is a pretty large area. I don't recall anything rusted in there either.
I have nothing to say to that.
Oops, wrong button there. Let's see, Machine, you are back, done absorbing Bloodlines 2 info for now. Did you get any cool information? See anything shocking or fascinating? Where else? Well, let's head to the map. Let's head to the map and actually take a look. Actually, I think I can use my map directly from my inventory, so I don't have to keep walking here. Let's see, where else do we have available to us? Alright, so we've got the castle. There's the kitchen, and the Chancellor's room, library, Flicker's room, hallway. I think that's about it. We got behind the castle, which is where the tomato field was. We've got the pond, which I think we're done there. We've got the beanstalk, I think we're done there too. We've got... what was this? Oh, that's where the first black dragon was. We've got the lake with the lady. We've got Stonehenge over here too. And we've also got the human town. Now, for right now, I'm going to head back to the Dragon Town, because I think that we're getting close to possibly being able to do at least one thing there. Like, what happens if I use the old and busted paddle on the pizza guy? I want to check that out.
Nah.
And if I use it on the paddle?
Nah.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with anything. Alright, I thought I'd give that a shot. Anywhere else? Let's see, where else could there be? To the media see, I know there was a lot of controversy about the creative directors leaving, but I think it was... well, the fact they were fired is a little bit shitty. I'm pretty sure that it was actually like content locked at that point. And you don't need a writer when there's no other writing left to do. So I don't think it's like entirely weird that they let them go. Maybe they could have been a bit kinder about it. But, you know, eventually there comes a point in the game development where there's no more writing to be done. You're just working on bugs and technical stuff. Hint, there isn't anywhere else. Wait, what is this? Is that a location I've never been to before? Oh, right! Where the hunter was. Oh! Where the hunter was!
Get their vibe.
And there's the ant in the trap here.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
This should do the job.
I forgot about this location. God damn it. Thank you, Rin. I appreciate that. All right, let's see what happens here.
Hey, pal. Thanks a lot. Wait till the guys back at the mound hear about this. Hey, if I can ever help you out of a jam, give me a call. Or better yet, blow this whistle and my friends and I'll come running. Or maybe strutting. I'm not sure.
Alright. I only remember because I asked about going into the inventory with this guy. Oh, yeah. Alright, so let's take a look at that whistle real quick.
Blow this whistle and my friends and I'll come running. Or
So
maybe
if those are-
strutting. I'm not sure.
If those are termites, then we could possibly use them to open the door.
Okay.
So that might be a thing.
Careful, officer.
See if we can do that.
Contains
They literally brainstormed the narrative as a apartment pitch to the... Yeah, sure, I'll take a look at the video, most definitely. Alright, so let's head back to the castle and see if maybe some termites can get that door open for us. It seems like a plausible solution, quite possibly. Alright, so it's still got the disguise over here too for when we need to get back in. He just dropped it at the door. That makes sense. It's a cool little detail.
I'd better put Sir George's armour back on. I don't want to be stopped by the guards.
Sensible, sensible. There we go. They have not killed the video game. It's very easy to speculate right now. And don't forget, because it is a AAA game, I promise you, the day it comes out, every single person in your timeline is going to be saying that it's shit and the developers are bad people. Because that's basically what happens with AAA games now. So prepare for that one way or the other. But I don't think that actually means anything about the quality of the game these days. It is frustrating to me, though. I think people just get excited at the idea of bad games now. I think, honestly, there are some people in my Twitter timeline that enjoy ragging on games more than they enjoy playing games. I don't like those people. Vampire the Masquerade 2 is what we were talking about right there. Alright, let's see if we can use the termites on the door here. Is that what we gotta do?
Novel, but unfortunately not helpful.
It is not. Shoot, I thought we were onto something there. Alright, so we did get a whistle that we can use to summon ants. But apparently that doesn't help us get in the door any. Ants in the garden? I'm not sure what they do there, though. I feel like the bone, we need to do something with that. Can you use the bone on, like, the door? Oh, there we go.
Let's see if you can fetch that.
Now we're talking. Oh, no, wait.
What an ingenious little pup. He brought the keys to the cell.
Wow!
It really is you, Flicker. You've gotten so forceful. Running away is so overrated. I'll race you home.
That dog is the best dog. What a ridiculous yet wonderful solution.
Why, as I live and breathe fire, it's Sir Lancelot. Oh, be still, my heart.
Flame, it is I, Sir Lancelot.
What's on your mind, you hunky, well-proportioned slab of dragon?
Oh, God.
You're what's on my mind. Regardless of your feelings for me, I will have you.
Oh, talk is cheap, scabbard breath. Let's see some action.
Oh, God.
Your wish is my command, my saucy little tart.
Gouge butt? I didn't know you cared.
No!
That screen shake. That screen shake.
Where could she be? I sent my knights out hours ago to find her. Flicker, there you are, you... Where is Flame?
Hi, Daddy.
Flame? Oh, thank goodness you're safe. I was so worried about you.
King Allfire, this was entirely my fault.
I have no problem in believing that. But before I deal with you, I need you to go out and bring back my knights. Understand, dish boy? Flame, go to your room.
Didn't I already do that once?
Oh, Father, is punishment your solution to everything? Do you intend to punish the world? I'll go to my room, but only because it's my choice.
That's weird. That's what the Chancellor said when he was pretending to be the princess. His beard goes all the way to his eyebrows? I didn't even notice that. I'll have to check that out next time. Alright, so let's make another save after we finished all that, and then we gotta go out and get the knights again? For a second time? Alright. Let's see if we can go pull that off, I guess. Will it be similar to the first time, or is it going to be a different process? I don't know. Is this rated M? This is rated, kids to adults. One of the, lower ratings. Go figure. Alright, so... head out immediately and see what the map looks like.
Now, to bring back the King's Knights.
Oh no! I notice all of them happen to be listed right where the dragon trap was being built. So,
Those humans were building a trap. All 4 knights are stuck inside.
are they stuck? They don't look stuck, they just look dumb. It's a trapezoid, goddammit.
The knights are trapped. I must do something. Brave knights, are you well?
We're just peachy. Thank you for asking.
I'll search for a way to stop this crazy thing.
No! Sir George's men trapped us here to raid the mines of Camelhot! They must be stopped!
But Sir Loungelot,
No arguments! Stop Sir George's men from raiding the mines!
Alright, apparently I've got something else to do first. Not so merry-go-round, it's true, it's true. That was some classy
stop the
animation.
humans from invading the royal mines.
Alright, let's head down there and see what we gotta do for that. I don't know how Flicker's gonna do that, because he's not exactly a fighter.
After working for Sir George, stealing coal from fire-breathing, heavily armed dragons is easy. Robbing from dragon mines. It's not just a job, it's suicide.
This canary must have been trained by Sir George personally to warn against poison gas leaks. No one can leak it like him.
Oh, goddammit. Hey, Eric Director, thank you for that. Happy Halloween to you as well. How was yours? Did you have fun for it? 24 frames is still frames, this is true.
They're only after coal now, but they'll be after gems soon. I have to stop them.
What else is there here?
Filled with coal, all those canisters could power the Black Dragon for years.
That's a problem.
We dragons need these gems for food. I must protect them.
Alright, so I think that's about everything to see around here. So, can we...
Come on, get those canisters filled with coal.
See, can we interact with the knights in some way?
A frank discussion of issues of mutual concern might lead to a new level of understanding between dragons and humans. Nah.
Alright, no, we can't do that. Can we interact with the canary in some way?
No, I think he'll be more use to me right where he is.
I'm thinking what we have to do is we have to find some way to make a bad smell to trigger the canary so they'll leave. But I don't know that I have anything that'll accomplish that right now. Can I use the sheet to scare them?
It's a pretty odd idea.
That is a pretty odd idea, I admit. I'm grasping at straws here. It was alright, got to watch an underrated fave. What is that, Eric Director? I'm very curious. Can we angry gopher at them?
no, that isn't the right use for him.
That is not the right use for him, that's fair. I feel like we probably don't have whatever item we need for this one right now. I've got a feeling anyway, so I think we need to head out. I think we gotta do something else first.
Dragons eat jewels?
Let's see where else there is. What are those canisters next to the miners? Those are canisters of coal, which I have a feeling we're gonna need to use later. I don't think we need to use them right now. Am I missing something? I assume I'm missing something. Actually, can I grab one? I can't grab one of the canisters, can I?
It's not just a job, it's suicide.
Oh, can you see the inventory? Sure, right there. We've got the boring magazine about royals. We've got the hair growth potion. We've got the sheet with 2 holes burned in it. We've got the tongs, the invention book, the clicky pen, the feather duster, the stamp of a dodo, the stamp of an eagle, the angry gopher with a head wound, the soap, the wooden paddle, the electric eel, the rust to be gone, and the whistle that summons ants. And what do we need to do with the burb? I assume we need to make a bad smell that will somehow set him off. So that the miners will, the 2 knights will think, oh, we need to leave. That's what I'm thinking. Or, it's a cliffhanger right there, Mike.
Can you believe those dragons eat jewels?
Let's see. Haunt. I have never actually heard of the movie Haunt. I know Eli Roth. I know A Quiet Place, but I've never heard of Haunt before. Huh, that's an interesting premise. I kind of like that. You know how canaries were used in coal mines? Yeah, sure. When they smelled gas, they were used because they chirped constantly. Oh, they chirped constantly until the... Oh, I didn't actually realize that. I thought they were waiting for the canaries to faint, not listening to the noise. So we need to make the canary quiet somehow.
Get those canisters filled with coal.
Can we just give him a whack? Is that a thing? We have to knock out the bird. You have to take him out?
That's against my religion.
Alright, that's fair. That's fair. I understand. They chirped constantly until they smelled gas and then they passed out. Oh, wait! Can we put him to sleep? I've been trying to put everybody to sleep here. Maybe that'll work.
How about a magazine to keep you occupied?
No, that's a splendid idea. Would you mind holding it open for me?
Oh my god.
It would be my pleasure.
Let's see here. A speech. My dearest loyal subjects, blah, blah, blah. It's truly an honor, yawn, blah, blah, blah. And then when I turn 5, yawn, blah, blah.
There we go. Well said. Alright. We didn't have to kill the canary. We just sort of put him to sleep. And we got some more items we can grab here now, too.
I can pick and choose with this. No questions asked.
Puns. That came out last year, was given a limited theatrical release. Interesting. That's probably why I haven't heard of it. I've gotten a little bit out of the loop about new horror movies. That was good thinking, though, Rin. I like that. I wouldn't have thought of that because I guess I didn't know how canaries worked. So that's interesting. We get one of these tubes. Can I pick up the lantern as well? I cannot pick up the lantern. Can I pick up some jewels?
They look tempting, but I make it a habit of not snacking between meals.
Can we grab some coal while we're in here, maybe? Possibly. Is that a thing?
No more for me, thanks. My head is still spinning from the piece I ate earlier.
You did do that. Yeah, that's true. Alright, let's take a look at our new inventory items, see if there's any clues from looking at those.
I'm sure I could find a good use for this.
Alright, well, fair enough.
The Black Dragon gets his fuel in these canisters.
I'm pretty sure I know where that's going to be used eventually, so hold on to it for right now. Alright, so now that that's accomplished, let's go back and see if we can work on freeing the knights. Those puns are everywhere, oh my god. Getting a lot of notes here? Excellent, there will be a quiz later.
Lounge-a-lot! Success!
Now see about stopping this thing! Sir Gasflame is about to share what he ate for breakfast with us! Again!
I said I was sorry, didn't I?
Now, Flicker!
Alright, so we need to find a way to stop this. What is this thing on the ground?
That appears to lead down below the track.
Oh. Alright, well, let's see what's going on down there.
Let's get to the bottom of it.
Step 2, 3, 4. Up on post, down on floor. Heel pivot, toe pivot. This is how we dance. Dig it?
Hey, Dance Man! What are you doing down here?
Here's the power source for the trap. That fellow's face rings good.
Yeah, we've interacted with him before. Can we talk to him?
Excuse me, but don't I know you?
You embarrassed me already today.
I did.
We have met. Where was it again?
You beat me in dance contest, Iguana.
Just can't put my finger on where we've met.
Can we interact with this somehow? No, don't jump on it!
You again.
Flicker, what are you doing? Why are you doing this thing, Flicker?
I'm pushing as fast as I can.
Why are you pushing as fast as you can? Dang it, Flicker, get off of there! Stop doing that! What? Why would we want to do this?
I'm pushing as fast as I can.
Why? What is happening here?
That pin is connecting the spindle and the track up above.
Alright, I'm gonna let him do this.
That pin.
AGE, welcome in. How are you doing today? Can you interact with the pin directly?
Hey, what are you doing? You ruined everything!
Here we go.
It's jammed in too tight.
Alright, so we need some way to loosen the pin. Can we hit it with the pickaxe? There we go.
Ah! Dumb dragon, you make me angry!
Success!
Well, I've got what I need, and speaking to you as a friend, you've really got to work on your attitude problem.
Those Conan reference, I do love some of those. Why are they still spinning? Shouldn't that have stopped things? Why is it still going?
Are you certain there's no way for you to escape?
I've searched every inch for path to freedom. You've got to think of something, Flicker.
What? I disconnected it. Why is it still going? Alright, what does it say about the stick we got?
I'm sure I could have a ball with this.
I think I know what to do with that, actually. I don't know if we need to do it right now, though. We might, though. We might.
That's a fairly unlikely scenario, especially since I left my Swiss Army winch back at the castle.
Swiss Army winch? What in the heck?
The trap is certainly loose, but now it needs to be lifted up at its base.
Lifted up off its base. Alright, so that's what we need to do next. Is this a scenario for the ants? Can the ants help here?
All the ants in the world couldn't budge this monument.
Apparently not. Hang on a second, I'll teach you. Hang on a sec. I gotta think here. Can we use the soap to loosen it up, maybe?
I'm supposed to be saving this for Loungelot's laundry.
No, apparently it's more important to save it for laundry. We can't do that just yet. Can we use this as a wedge?
I think this just might work. But I'm going to need 4 paddles, one for each night.
Oh!
Still need to find 3 more paddles.
Oh, I see what he's doing. I see what he... Alright, so here's what he's doing. This is his invention book. Oh, that was your idea? Excellent.
I really must find a word that rhymes with orange.
Oh god, what are you writing here? Flame, my love for Flame is like a sunny rainbow. I adore her so for every color that glows. When I'm near her, I feel shades of red and orange. And when I kiss her, my heart feels just like... There's nothing that rhymes with orange. Hey, he's got a new invention here called Flicker's Clicker.
It's the plans for my very first invention, the clicker. I sure hope I can find a use for it someday.
I wouldn't count on it.
There are no more inventions.
Alright, so this is the very first thing in there. This thing, the Blowmaster Street Cleaner, is I think what we're supposed to build here. So we need to get 3 more paddles before we can build that. So that's going to be a bit of a thing. I'm pretty sure I know where we can get one of them, though, so we're going to go ahead and do that right now. So let's go ahead and leave here. And we need to go back to the human town. Door hinge? What do you mean by door hinge? Alright, so we go back to the human town, and there was a cricket player who has a cricket bat. Wait, does door hinge rhyme with orange? That doesn't sound like that rhymes with orange.
Things are really hopping now. We're starting to get a crowd. Help me out back here and take care of those monks. They love the prune juice special.
Alright, so the cricket player has a cricket bat, and we talked to him about maybe giving him a more aerodynamic bat? Maybe he'll trade us now.
Oh my goodness! That's it! The perfect bat! I should be able to smash the ball a mile! Here, take my...
Go over and serve those guys.
Hey, Roxy! Welcome in, Roxy, and welcome into all of Roxy's viewers. How are you doing today, Roxy? I saw you were playing Resident Evil 2 earlier. I hope that was a wonderful way to spend your Halloween. I hope you were feeling great. So welcome into all of you. For anybody that doesn't know me, my name is Shane. That's Shane is Games. I play the obscure, the unusual, and the nostalgic. And today, we are playing Blazing Dragons for the PS1, a point-and-click adventure game for the PS1, based on a Canadian kids cartoon from the 90s, featuring the voice talent of Cheech Marin and Terry Jones of Monty Python. So it's a bit of a trip right here. And Sullifer, welcome in. Haven't played this game in years. I've never played this game before. This is my very first time. I didn't even know much about it before this, but I'm having a blast. This is a really fun game in here. And if anybody in here isn't following Roxy Poke, you absolutely have to. She's a fantastic streamer. She plays a lot of retro, including a lot of retro horror. As you can see by playing Resident Evil 2 today. Also, just a fantastic person to hang out with and has an amazing community, so make sure you click that link, give her a follow, check her out next time she's live. You'll enjoy hanging out over there, because I know I do. Roxy, you've never even heard of this game? Neat. I only heard of it fairly recently, but it's really cool. It's really cool. It's got good humor, it's got good art, pretty logical puzzles as well for a puzzle game of the era, for an adventure game of the era. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It is a good time. It's also on Sega Saturn as well. But oddly, even though it's a point and click, and you usually associate point and clicks with PC, this was never released on PC. It's very bizarre. And Sullifer and Hexsticks, thank you so much for the follows. I appreciate that. Welcome in. Alright, so right now, we are on a quest to find 4 wooden paddles for an invention we're trying to make in here.
Flat and wooden. My inventor's sense is tingling.
Right, 2 down, 2 to go. Dude, I just streamed for like a total of 15 hours today. Halloween special. It's
devoted customers keep their glasses full.
What all did you stream besides Resident Evil 2? I'm curious. And how was your Halloween overall? Did you have a good time streaming through the day?
Serve us so that we may serve others.
I hope you had a good time in there. Most definitely. Sorry, there's people screaming in the background every time I try and unpause. Alright, so I think we're good in here.
Order of the Purple Intestine. Now help them.
I think I've got an idea where the other two paddles are, but we need to figure out what to do with them. By Dead by Daylight. Oh, how do you like Little Hope? I have been very excited about Little Hope because the trailers looked very good, and I think that company makes some good games. Did you enjoy it? Was it fun? Please tell me. I'm very curious about that one. Let's see, where are we headed to next? I don't know that we have something to give to the pizza chef next, so let's head to the lake next. I've got an idea about what to do to the lake. Very disappointed by the story and pacing. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. This has that good animated vibe. Oh, the one of the Fox's Robin Hood, Disney's Robin Hood. Yeah, I do love that one. That's one of the classics. All right, so let's head over to the lake, and can we just dump the electric eel in there? Curious about that.
The magical home of the Lady of the Lake.
Oh, we already saw this. I'll show it again in case you're curious.
Oh, all this rubbish everywhere. What's a lady to do?
I got you now, fish lady. Speedy, quick!
Let me go! You brute.
Oh no! That fisherman just caught the Lady of the Lake!
That seems rude. I don't want to spoil it, so I won't go into more details, but wait for it to go on sale if you're interested in it. All right, fair enough. I appreciate you letting us know, though. I am very curious about it, but I still haven't actually played Until Dawn yet, so I've got some catching up to do. I've been keeping myself unspoiled on Until Dawn, but I haven't actually played it yet. I'm very excited about that one, though. Alright, so, we've got a bunch of water here, and we've got an electric eel. Can I do something with that?
Please.
Maybe?
That fisherman's got no regard for his natural surroundings. This ought to enlighten him a bit.
There we go. Excellent.
Flicker, is there any way I can thank you?
I like how the first response is like, yeah, I've got an idea. Let's see, Drev, you think Until Dawn is right up your alley? I'm pretty sure I would love Until Dawn. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a good time with that. Roxy, Until Dawn holds up and is way better. It looks just so good. I'm excited to play that one yet. Let's see. Oh, it's going to be free on PS5? Really? That sounds really cool. Shady just killed that man? I didn't kill that man. The electric eel killed that man. He shouldn't have been fishing in what is clearly a no-fishing zone. I can't help him if he's going to be reckless like that. What do you expect from me? Can she make me a knight right here and now?
You could make me a knight right here and now.
Oh, baby, baby, baby. The best things in life are long and hard.
I knew you were going to say something like...
Just a reminder, this game is rated kids to adults. That's the kind of innuendo you could get away with in the 90s, I believe. You do know Renegade runs, Rin. You may actually be the professor of Renegade runs here. Yeah, that went all the way there.
Yeah, I got an idea. You could dribble melted sapphire sauce on my... Whoa, wait a minute. I'm promised a Princess Flame.
After me, you'd forget all about that little princess.
Okay. Wait, stop!
He's getting close there. Going right up to the edge on that one. Oh my god, alright.
Actually, what do you know about the Cave of Dilemma?
Great parties ever since we banned the trolls. Actually, I'm kind of the bouncer, since I control the waterfall that opens it.
I thought it was a place where squires are tested for knighthood.
Only on weekdays, to pay the rent.
Well, I need to get up there. I'm trying to become a knight.
Let me see. Got any powdered unicorn's horn oil?
I left it at home. Silly me.
Oh, that plan's no good then. Oh, I could turn you into a nymph. Then you could dance up the waterfall. Of course, you'd have to remain that way for a millennium.
Seems like a pretty steep downside.
Well, I guess I could just shut it off, and you could take the stairs. A bit boring, if you ask me.
At this point, I'll take boring.
Oh, as you wish. Go to the falls on the morning of the tournament, and it will be off.
Alright, cool.
My job's done here. Plus, it's getting kind of warm.
Can't imagine why. Alright, so we got the path to the cave open for later on when we need to do that. It didn't actually get us another oar, though, or paddle. So... we still need to head out somewhere. Friggin' Fae and their parties, I know. I know. Wild, crazy, incredibly dangerous. When you have concerns about the logistics of that interspecies shenanigans, and that is a thing that I choose not to think about. I go over the sword now. I don't think I can actually get across until they turn off the waterfall, because there's still some water there, and we thought maybe we were going to use stilts to get across. Which maybe we can go see if we can do some work on that, perhaps? Possibly? Sounds like a typical day in D&D, this is true. Yeah, before we go for that, we have to find some stilts. But let's see if we can maybe get some stilts right now. But by mentioning you thought about it, I have given it no thought. None whatsoever. So let's see. Can we use the ants to chase this guy off? That seems really cruel. It could work. Possibly.
Novel, but unfortunately not helpful.
That is not the thing, though. We need to find some way to get him gone so we can take these stilts.
Hands off, son. If I can't climb up and clean this sign, I could lose my job, and I'm only 2 years away from retiring to a fat pension.
So... I don't know what we could give him to get those. So let's go see our other problem as well. Because I know where one of the other paddles is, and it's right over here. Soap on the sign? Every time I use it, he says he's saving it for laundry, and I don't think we can reach the sign either without the stilts. Yeah, there's a paddle right here. We need to get this paddle right here.
Hey, what's the matter you? This paddle and I are very attached to find another.
That right there is the guy voiced by Cheech Marin, in case you recognize it.
Excuse me.
Oh, solo mio, nothing is frio. My life is so depressing. It's unfair and unjust. Oh, what is the point? It seems like not much. What do you want, a flicker? I'm busy, being upset.
Oh, Cheech Marin. So we need to find some way to cheer him up is the thing.
What's the problem?
What isn't? It's been such a long time since I had a good laugh, you know, like when you laugh so gosh darn hard you think your heart she's gonna explode?
Maybe it would help if I told you an amusing anecdote.
What's the matter, you? I'm not sick. I don't need no antidote.
Well, you need something to put a smile on your face.
So we need some way to make him laugh. And I'm not sure how to go about that. We tried using the feather duster on him before, I think, and that didn't work.
Hey!
Oh!
Hey, what do you think you're doing, you crazy dragon? Oh, yeah, you better stop that right now! Hey, you want a crazy kid?
Yeah, I could have sworn we tried that and it didn't work before. Alright, so we have made a man laugh and then stole his most prized possession. I think that kind of balances out in the end somewhere, right? That's probably okay. I suspect that it's probably mostly okay. It was the wrong time, yeah. Flags in adventure games, gosh darn it. Alright. So, where is that last paddle? Let's make sure it isn't in the junk pile over here, because it could be. Flirted with a fae and stole a man's paddle. We did do both of those things. There does appear to be an oar over here.
From way over here, it looks like a bunch of junk.
It does look like there's an oar over there that could be the last paddle. In which case, we need to find a way over there, and to do that, I think we need those stilts. I mean, we could try using the ants on it, I suppose. I don't know what the ants could do here, but we'll give it a shot. I think it's gotta be the stilts. The stilts make sense to me.
No, that doesn't require drying.
Drying?
No, that's not gonna...
Oh, because the dryer, right. Unless I suppose maybe I have to use it directly on the ore. Let's try that real quick.
No, that's...
No, nothing there. Alright, so I think the stilts are probably what we gotta go back to. Oh, the soap was for laundry, so maybe we could use it in the machine over there. That's a possibility. But that requires us to get across there first. Alright, so I think that's where we're at right now, is we need to find something to do with the side guy. I feel like that's the next thing we need to do anyway, so let's go back there and see if we can think of anything else, right? And Allie Lordswood, welcome in. You were right the whole time, oddly enough. It made sense the first time. It made sense the second time as well. Alright, so... I don't think there's anything to interact with here except the sign and the guy, because we've done everything else here. So... what else? We could try using the soap on the sign, I suppose.
I'm supposed to be...
Nope, so that doesn't work. Can we use the pickaxe to, like, knock the sign down?
Nope, this isn't the right...
No, that's not gonna work. That is an angry gopher. Oh, maybe we can use the gopher for something.
That would be pretty funny, but probably cruel.
Probably. Can I use it on him?
That would be pretty...
No, unfortunately. Chair? Whoa! Whoa!
Thanks. That'll make the job a lot easier once I'm off break.
Oh! We use the mole to dig under it and then it falls down so he doesn't need the stilts anymore. It's a little moon logic, but I'll take it.
Just hold on 1 minute. You'd better have requisition form 8HB33/VMD30 for that.
Eddie Ember from Local 47 sent me.
Eddie Ember? Eddie got me into the union. I'd give him a lung if he needed it. You want these stilts? Take them. I don't need them anymore. Not with the sign dropping down.
Oh, alright, there we go. Required a little bit of lying, but we got it. We're good. Alright, so now let's head back to the lake and see if we can use the stilts to get across that gap, because that's been our theory for a very long time in here, so I'm hoping that'll actually work out. Alright, so let's head over here, and then we'll go into the bag, grab the stilts, and...
Presenting Flicker and the stupendous stilt walk of certain suicide. Coming soon to a medieval tournament near you.
There we go! Success! Alright, what can we grab from over here?
All the sword's enchantment appears to have gone directly into the dryer. Well, so much for that master of all myth.
Alright, so we're not going to get a sword, but we do have an enchanted dryer right now. So if we need something dried, magically, that might be a thing as well. Good job on clicking on the third hot spot in the dirt. That was a very tiny spot right there, but we found it. We did find it. Alright, so we have all 4 paddles now. Before we head out, let's check the invention book and see if there's anything else we're going to need for this invention. Let's take a look.
The spinning fan blades provide plenty of thrust to blow away litter and dust. Pedaling provides locomotion and powers the fan blades.
I don't think we are going to need anything else. I think all we need is the 4 paddles here. Now, because he intended that invention to be used as a sort of like street sweeper, but I think we're basically going to be using it as a propeller. When did we get the pizza panel? Just a minute ago, Gabagumo. It turns out we needed to use the feather duster to tickle him. It didn't work before, but it worked this time. Alright, so let's head over there and see if this works now. Yeah, just before getting the stilts. Alright, so start using paddles on this then.
Now I can put my plan into action.
Let's do this thing.
So Knights, hold these paddles straight out and tilt them a bit to catch the wind.
Flicker, you thundering fool! You nearly killed us!
Fascinating example of centrifugal force and inertia. Us dragons live. Most astute Flicker, you dastardly young cullion.
Oh no! Wait, we forgot about the princess!
Princess is safe. King Allfire sent me for you.
To Camelot, Knights!
Perhaps King Allfire will forgive me now.
We can hope, but somehow I imagine probably not.
Well done, Flicker. It appears that you are starting to take responsibility and clean up after yourself. As you know, loyal knights, tomorrow is the tournament. The victor will be your new king and will wed my daughter. I suggest you retire for the evening.
But sire, what if Sir George shows up with another black dragon?
Ha! Not unless he knows karate, Flicker, you little sissy.
That was uncalled for.
Father, I beg you to reconsider and let Flicker participate in the tournament.
Dear, the only hope for Flicker is if he can earn his knighthood by tournament time.
These guys are jerks.
Laugh now, lizard boys. Oh, I've overslept on tournament day. I hope the Lady of the Lake turned off the waterfall for me.
I hope so as well. And LTG, what did you say it was time for?
Judgment!
That? Time for judgment? Bob, you remember this cartoon? I have never seen this cartoon before. I wasn't even sure if it aired in the United States, but I've never seen it before.
Hey, Flicker, if you make it to the tournament, my stud muffin Loungelot will kick your butt.
That's uncalled
As long
for.
as he doesn't mistake it for your face.
It was on Disney in the 90s. Interesting, interesting. Alright, so let's head out from here. Rather, it was time for Wakithums! It's always time for Wakithums. Always and forever.
Everyone must be at the tournament.
Alright, so we have to get to the waterfall then. And see what we can do about becoming a knight. We don't have a lot of time, but we've got an opportunity here.
I need to get up to the Cave of Dilemma to become a knight.
Let's do it! And again, entirely on YouTube. Thank you for that, LTG. Alright, so... Oh wait, is the Cave of Dilemma a different spot on my map? It probably is. Right here? Maybe? There is a waterfall on the map right there. Here we go. What does it say on the sign right there?
The sign says, Cave of Dilemma this way. You must be at least this tall and a squire to pass. Pregnant dragons, individuals with a history of heart disease or urinary tract infections are advised not to enter. We don't want to deal with you. Try Magical Merv's Mystical Mudhole instead.
Well, that's oddly specific. Alright, let's get into this cave. See what we gotta do in here to become a knight.
The Cave of Dilemma is closed, so go away. Scram, take a hike. I'm retired.
I can't believe this. After all I went through to get up here. Wait a minute. How long have you been retired?
What time is it? But seriously, what's the matter?
I have to become a knight.
Let me guess. A giant troll has invaded your castle, and all the regular knights are off at a swordplay seminar.
Oh, no.
The king's evil twin brother has taken over the castle? A twisted gnome has made everyone in your kingdom speak Esperanto. I've got it. I'll bet you're in love.
That's it. Princess Flame's honor is at stake. I have to become a knight. Will you help?
Problem number 449. No problem. I have the rest of my life to start my retirement.
I'm definitely getting some of that as well. Alright, tell me a little bit about what the challenge is.
Tell me a bit more about those challenges.
We've got the test of dexterity, the test of strength, the test of eye-hand coordination, and the test of something a wee bit scary. Which one do you want to know about?
The test of dexterity, I suppose.
Tell me about
Let's go down the
test
list.
of dexterity.
The outcome of this challenge is up in the air. No dragon has ever returned successfully from this trial. Well, there was one, but it was a really close shave.
Interesting.
What about the strength test?
It's pretty simple. If you can't get the job done with your back, do it with what you've got between your ears.
Alright.
What about the eye-hand coordination test?
For this challenge, you must pull a rabbit out of bunny hopping hats. Don't sweat it if you can't keep your eyes on them every single second. The rabbits have to rest, you have to rest. Just be sure you do it at the same time.
Interesting. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, Wobbin. I thought every knight had to go through this test. How is none of them passed that one?
The test of something a wee bit scary? I don't get.
Well, it used to be called the Test of Ultimate Terror, but Sir Cravenheart the Hesitant complained to the Fair Challenge Bureau, so I had to tone it down. Now, through semi-mystical means, I pick through your mind and locate whatever you dread the most. Then I bring that thing to life and annoy the heck out of you with it.
Well, that sounds horrible.
Okay, I'm ready to give it a go.
Okay, there's the test of dexterity, the test of strength, the test of eye-hand... Pick one, kid. Pick one!
Well, let's just start at the top and work our way down, I suppose. I guess we have to do all of them eventually.
How about the test of dexterity?
Okay, this one is simple. Get all 3 porcupines spinning at the same time to win.
What? Oh, wow. They don't say spinning for long. Alright, that seems tricky. Oh, it takes a long time to get between them as well.
Don't get all weepy. You'll put your fire out. You can always try again.
Oh, I guess I lost the tries? Alright. Let me ask him who he is, because I'm curious about that.
Who are you?
I'm guardian, gatekeeper, and janitor of the Cave of Dilemma. I bought the place from Mystic Mel 3 millennia ago. The name's Ancient Al.
Ancient Al? That must have been a rough name to grow up with.
You're a funny little schmickle, aren't you?
Yes. Alright, let me try another challenge.
Oh, let me try another challenge.
Japan, welcome in!
Come on!
Not too much today.
Pick one, kid.
Alright, so let's see what the test of strength is.
I'll choose the test of strength.
Okay, just a bit of heavy lifting. See that rock?
Rock? That's not a rock. It's a landmass.
It's a challenge, you little snoogie. If it was easy, we'd be up to our armpits in nights. Just move the rock a few feet over that way.
A few feet? Is that all? I suppose you'd like me to juggle it as well.
Do we have any items we can use for that? Maybe the ants could help with that? Ants are pretty strong. What?
Okay, on three. 1, 2, 3. Heave.
Way to go! Who knew those little buggers were that strong? All those years I stepped on them. They could have killed me.
Well, that's one test passed. Excellent, excellent. Hey, Deviant Fish, good morning to you. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Alright, let's try another one.
Yay! I'm ready for another challenge.
That's a good start, you little schmizzle. Pick one, kid. Pick one!
Alright, let's do the test of hand-eye coordination next.
Let's try the test of eye-hand coordination.
There's a bunny rabbit in each hat. One is healthy, and the other 3 have rabies, and they love to bite. Keep your eye on the healthy rabbit as they jump around, and be sure to pick that hat. Got it?
And what if I pick the wrong one?
Don't be a baby. Our little rabies never killed. Just follow the healthy one.
Well, that sounds horrible. Alright, let's try this out.
Concentrate, Flicker. Away we go!
Oh god! I totally lost track of it. I have to blink! I have to blink in here! Oh god, no, I completely botched this one. Holy shit. It's insane!
Pick a hat, Flicker. Don't be shy.
Let's try this one. Nope. Oh, this is weird. This is supremely weird.
So you lost. Don't let it eat at you, okay?
Alright, so the trick with this one is it's not super hard to follow them, I don't think. The trick is I have to figure out how to blink at the right times. Because I'm controlling him blinking, so I have to make sure to wait until they stop moving and then blink then. So this is going to be really interesting. Let's try that again, though. I feel like this is doable if we just pick our moments correctly. Let's try this again. We got this. We got this.
Keep your...
Alright. Let's see what we got here.
Concentrate, Flicker. Away we go!
Alright. 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 We're doing okay. Alright, it's the bottom right.
Pick a hat, Flicker. Don't be shy.
It's the bottom right, I'm pretty sure. Yeah! Second try, I'll take it. That is a really neat puzzle idea. I've never seen blinking as a mechanic before. And TK, welcome in. How are you doing today?
I'm proud of you, kid. And I'll have you know that not a single rabbit was harmed during this challenge.
Excellent. Top right, you were incorrect, LTG. It was bottom right. And Pemmy, welcome in. How are you doing today, Pemmy? Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope you had a good Halloween if you celebrated. Not a single rabbit harmed except the ones we give rabies to. Maybe they came that way. Could be a package deal. And Trey Dog, welcome in. How are you doing today, Trey Dog? Hope you're doing well. All right, 2 challenges down, 2 to go. Let's try the last challenge that we haven't tried yet.
Yay! That's a good pick for.
Alright, so we haven't tried the test of something a wee bit scary, so let's see what this one is.
I guess I'll face the test of something a wee bit scary.
Ooh, that one's a wee bit scary. Save it for later, you little schnatzel.
Alright, so apparently we have to do that one last. We have to do the test of a wee bit scary last. So let's try the test of dexterity again.
How about the test of dexterity?
Remember, spin all 3 porcupines at the same time to win.
Do I have an item I could use for this? Some sort of item that would help with this? I don't think so. Maybe they spin at different rates, maybe? No, I can't get them spinning any faster. There's not a bag of wind item, no. And hey, Kojiro, welcome in. Blast from the Past. I've never actually played this one before, but I'm having a good time with it.
Don't get all weepy. You'll put your fire out. You can always try again.
But yeah, this is my first time playing, but I'm having a good time with it. You have this game somewhere? Excellent, excellent. Good classic to hang on to there. Alright, so we've done everything. Can you tie them together? I don't think we have any, like string or anything. The best we've got is like a sheet, and I'm guessing we have to use it for the eye holes in there. That's what I was thinking too. Is there some way to link them? But I don't think so. Let's take a look again.
That's a good start. Pick one.
Alright, so we do the test of dexterity.
How about the
We
test
do have
of
the feather duster. Maybe we could do something with that. This is so bizarre. It's really
Spin all
good.
3 porcupines at the same time to win.
You have 2 copies for Sega Saturn. Holy crap. That is interesting. Alright, feather duster.
That wouldn't be constructive.
Apparently that's not constructive now. Can't do anything with that. Hey Ryan, welcome in. How are you doing today, Ryan? Hope you're doing well. Is there an invention you could make? There was one more invention in the invention book.
That won't help get me anywhere.
No, the only other invention is something we need to be somewhere else for, so we can't use that just yet. I'm gonna try using the hair growth tonic just because that would be funny if it actually worked.
I've seen enough.
No, that does not work. I don't know if we have the right item for this, or if there is actually something else we need to do here. What else could we use? I don't think we have anything. I'm thinking we might have to leave and go somewhere else to see if we can get something else. I appreciate that, Sulifer. Let's see, I'm just playing through this.
Don't get all weepy. You'll put your fire out.
We're getting near the end of the game, I think, possibly. I don't know what we do with the stilts, but we'll try the stilts one more time before we leave and see if we can find something else. Ryan, this game is a lot of fun. Definitely a hidden gem there. Great art, fun puzzles, good writing as well. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think I would recommend it too.
Remember.
Alright, so is there something else we can do with the stilts?
This could...
let's see. Stilts on hedgehogs.
This isn't the right use.
That is not something that works. Oh yeah, we gotta go somewhere else, I feel like. Can we talk to them? Can we talk to the hedgehogs?
It would be like talking to a wall.
Apparently we cannot talk to the hedgehogs. Can I look at them?
If they had shorter quills, I'm certain they would spin longer.
Ooh.
Don't get all weep.
Alright, there's our clue right there. If they had shorter quills, they would spin longer. So let's see. Let me try that one more time and see if we have an item that would help along those lines. Because that's something I hadn't considered before.
How about the test of dexterity?
Love the music, it's so fairy tale. It really fits the mood, I think. It really does.
Remember,
you can't talk to walls, you've seen it happen. Did it work out well? Was it an enjoyable exercise? Can we use the tongs to pluck their quills, maybe?
This doesn't seem to be working.
Does not seem to be working, no. What do you got, LTG? I'm curious. Can you reverse the hair tonic? I cannot, unfortunately. I'm not an alchemist. I wouldn't even know where to begin. I really feel like maybe we don't have what we need for this. I think we probably should leave and come back, see what else we can do around here. I don't know where else we go, though, is the problem. I feel like we've exhausted basically every possibility in the game. We can search the castle again. Sometimes things change in the castle.
It's a bottle of Hair Club for Dragons. Guaranteed to grow hair on even the most stubborn heads.
Rin, if you got a hint, I would love to hear it right about now. Go right ahead. Particularly if you know if I have the item I need or not, or if I need to go somewhere else. I would appreciate knowing that. But yeah, I don't feel like what I need right now is in my inventory. You don't have the item I need. Alright, cool. So that's our cue to leave then. We'll go see what else we can find. So we probably have to wait until the sequence is done before we can leave. Or maybe I can just walk out. Yeah, I can just walk out. That works.
Hey, don't let the challenges scare you away.
Yeah, I'll be back soon. Don't worry about it. Alright. So, let's check the map real quick and see where else we can go. You remember loading screens? There are a lot of loading screens in this game. Oh my goodness, there's so many. Maybe trade the bottle for something? I don't know. We've already used the hair tonic once, so I'm not sure if we're going to need to use it again. Can we do anything else in the woods? Can we pick up the bear trap there? That seems... No, the bear trap's gone. Can we pick up any of the arrows here or something? Or are we just done with this scene as well? I'm thinking we're probably done with this scene as well. Probably nothing else to do there. Oh yeah, I threw the bear trap away. Well, that's a waste of a perfectly good bear trap. What the heck, man? What the heck? Trying to think where would be something else that we haven't done yet, because I know we've run into a couple of dead ends here and there. Let's check back at the castle. There seems to be so much to do in the castle. And also, let's check in the Chancellor's quarters, because I know there's some weird stuff in there. No, I don't feel like there's anything we need to do in here. See if anything else changed in any other locations around here. We can always talk to the information booth for information. A hint if we need to as well. But let's take a look-see around and see what we can see first. I feel like last time we got stuck, we came back to the castle and a whole bunch of stuff had changed. So that really helped. So who knows if that's going to happen again. Alright, nothing different in there. Checking the king's room real quick as well. And no, nothing different in here either. And we already got a bunch of stuff done in both of those rooms, so I'm not surprised there's nothing else in there. Can take a peek in the kitchen real quick, but I feel like we're probably done with that scene as well. Would like a very vague hint? Sure, sure. If you got one to give, I will take one. Nothing else in there. Yeah, scissors, a knife, or some sort of trimming implement, I'd think. That would make the most sense to me. You thought you were done here, but you're not. Ooh, so it's a location I thought I was not going to have to come back to. Interesting. Is it somewhere in the castle? Let me ask you that, because if it's something I just checked and said I'm done there, that would suck. Actually, no. Hang on. No, I think I know where we're going. Quite possibly. I might have just got a brainstorm. What if we go to the asylum? Because I know that Rapunzel has scissors.
She's a nervous wreck.
Can we use the hair growth tonic on her again?
It's...
Yeah, see, she's got scissors right there. Maybe we could get those from her.
I don't think she...
Alright, maybe we could talk to her and convince her to give it up. Possibly. Let's talk to her.
How's it hanging?
Stay away! Any more of that tonic and I'll be able to tuck my bangs into my sock!
That's a horrifying
I'll
image.
splash you again. You have my word.
What I'd really like to have is that hair tonic. How about you hand over the bottle and I'll give you my clippers?
Nah, I have the strangest desire to collect a lot of junk lately. Well, okay.
Alright, that was easy enough. Alright, that works. Let's head back to the trials then. I think we've got what we need to complete the test of dexterity now. Excellent, excellent. It took me a second. I'm like, I don't know how I came up with that, but I just sort of remembered. Oh, right. Rapunzel, because her hair grows. She needs to clip it. I didn't even remember her holding her, but I'm like, I remember we saw her cut her hair, so she must have had something there. There we go. Let's go ahead and save too while we're here.
You're doing.
So let's see. Memory card, save game to card. Your hunch was right. Excellent, excellent. Whizzing through them puzzles. We're making great time tonight. I'm very happy with this. So save over that. If her hair is constantly growing because the tonic, why did she want more tonic? I don't know. I think her hair was constantly growing anyway. We just kind of sped up the process, but I still don't know why she'd want the tonic. Oh, she wanted the tonic so we can't splash her with it. That would make sense. A little safety, a little peace of mind. I can see that. That makes sense. Right, so you're gonna be eating out with bread baking, so you're now officially, on walkthrough hints if you want them. All right, Rin, I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so let's go into this challenge.
Pick one.
All right, time to give some hedgehogs a
How
haircut.
about the test of dexterity?
All right, let's do this thing.
Remember.
All right, so we go into the inventory, and we get the clippers. Use clippers on hedgehog. Oh my god!
Seems to be doing the job.
Oh my god! Oh, they're hideous!
Plus, they seem to like it.
Do they? Why? Alright.
Nice one, kid. Of course, we're gonna have to send those guys south for the winter now.
Truth. I hope they liked it. Alright, that only leaves the last test then.
Yeah.
Come on now, kid. Now it's time to face something a wee bit scary. Do it for your old Uncle Ancient Al.
Oh well. I suppose it's time for the test of something a wee bit scary.
Wow!
What in the world is that? It looks like all the old dirty laundry beneath my bed. So I hate doing laundry. Is that a crime? Does that make me evil? Wicked?
Acknowledging your fears is the first step to facing them, lad. You must conquer the diabolical laundry beast in order to pass this challenge.
Mount Washmore is real! Oh my god, alright. Well, we do happen to have soap. Can we use the soap on the laundry monster? Is it working?
doesn't seem to mind soap at all.
That's a problem. We got him soapy, but we need to do something else with him too. Throw a blanket over him?
That's a pretty odd idea.
That is a pretty odd idea, that's true. Just different mashup of Play-Doh colors, it's possible. I'm glad you really got the Catbug reference. I love Catbug. He's so adorable. Aren't porcupines different from hedgehogs? I think so. I'm not 100% sure though. Oh god, a Sonic fan stream. There's something I didn't think about. They are. Good to know, good to know. Yeah, we need some sort of liquid, but we don't have any sort of liquid. Can we use the tongs on it?
This doesn't seem to be working.
That's not working. LTG, you got an idea? What's your idea, LTG? Well, let's hear it. Can we poke him with the stilts?
This isn't the right use for these.
That is not the right use for those.
Relax, it's not the end of the world.
Alright, we ran out of time there. But I'm sure the soap is part of it. The soap is definitely part of it. We gotta figure out something else to do there, though. We're missing something. There's some other aspect. He did have that cloud over him, so maybe we need to get rid of the smell as well? Oh yeah, we could examine him too, that's the thing. Let's try examining him after we get soap on him, see if it gives us a clue.
Oh well, I suppose it's time for the...
Stand up and...
Alright, so... let's check this out. So we use the soap on him. There we go. I thought it looks like it's doing something, but apparently not. So let's take a look at him now.
It's my dirty laundry covered in soap, but it doesn't seem to mind.
We did see a dryer. Can we get the dryer? Can we do something to interact with it? I feel like we probably don't have what we need for this one, though. And Lee, too, what was your idea? I'm curious.
Hey!
Yeah, we'll come back. We'll come back. Don't worry. There is plenty of water behind him, too. Maybe we just have to interact with him to push him in? That's possible. I want to go and see if there is anything we can do with the magic dryer, though. I'm a little bit curious about that. We probably could examine the cloud as well. Yeah, we do need to examine the cloud. Yeah, we haven't actually tried interacting with some of the rest of the junk here, so let's do that real quick. Let's see, we gotta use the stilts again here. At least he doesn't have any dialogue, he just walks across, that's handy. Alright, there we go. So I can't actually interact with the dryer. It shows an interaction hand, but nothing happens when I try to interact with it. That's weird.
Nice and warm. I could try anything I wanted to in here.
Alright, so that's definitely something we'll have to do in the future, but alright. Let's head back over there and we'll try taking him on again now that we know we need to examine some more things. Why would we put soap in the dryer? Like, I understand using everything with everything in an adventure game, but that's not how dryers work. That's how washers work, but not dryers. I have concerns about this plan. If that is the thing, I'm going to be pissed, because that's not how that works. Alright, so we'll try tossing soap on him, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see what we can look at. We'll see if maybe we can just interact with him directly. I'm curious.
Come on now, kid.
Use the force. I'm trying.
A bit scary.
My mind powers are not as strong as they should be, unfortunately. Right, summons up the laundry monster. Alright, so first of all, we'll do the one thing we know that works, which is we'll toss the soap on him. There we go. Always use quick dry. Why? What if it's like heavy stuff like denims? Alright, can we just interact with him?
I can't. I'll get sucked up in the swirling mass of dirty laundry and I'll never be seen again.
It's fair. Can we look at the cloud?
It's my dirty laundry covered in soap. It doesn't seem to mind.
Nope, the cloud just sort of registers as the same thing. Can we poke him with the,
Relax.
I guess we ran out of time there. Huh. I was hoping I could just, like, push him into the water behind him, but that doesn't seem to work.
This is...
Let's take a look through our inventory one more time. We'll see what we've all got in there, in case that gives anybody any clues.
You'll never become a knight with that attitude, Mutsu boy.
I'll come back. Leave me alone. Don't be like that. I thought we tried using the steel trident before and it didn't work, but we could maybe have to try it again. Alright, so currently in our inventory we have a really boring magazine, a pair of shears, a white sheet with 2 holes burned in it. We've got a pair of tongs, we've got our invention book, we've got a clicker, which just makes clicky noises. We've got a feather duster, we have a stamp of a dodo, we have a stamp of an eagle, we have a pair of stilts, we have box soap, we have a canister full of coal, we have a pickaxe, or no, sorry, we have a spray can of Rust Be Gone, we have a pickaxe, and we have a canister full of coal. Alright. So I kind of want to see if we can do a quick circuit of a couple other locations. See if there might have been anything else I missed. That might be a smart idea just to make sure. So let's do that real quick. That last can is a canister full of coal, which I'm pretty sure is going to be used for an invention puzzle later on. To tickle it until it cries, that might not be a terrible idea. If our laundry is rusty, I have some serious concerns. So let's see. There's nothing to do with this lake, I don't think. Just had a huge dish of pasta. Ooh, what kind of pasta, Drev? I do love pasta. One of my very favorites. Let's see. We haven't actually looked at the beanstalk here.
The royal gardener is not going to like this one little bit.
That's true. That's fair. How about the holes in the ground?
King Allfire's tomato garden.
I didn't say anything new about it there. Favorite type of pasta? Ooh. That's a good question. I like penne pasta as far as noodles because it has a good bite to it and usually fills you up very well. Also loads very well with sauce. I probably have spaghetti most often just because it works with basically everything. And of course, who doesn't like macaroni? That's usually good as well. Prefer cooked pasta? I know, I'm so picky. Chanenin, you gotta broaden your horizons. Let's see. Want a vacant? What to do? Not just yet. I'm getting close there, but I still want to try a few things first. Spaghetti bolognese, classic, classic. I like that. Elbow macaroni or shells and cheese? Honestly, I think I'm kind of leaning towards shells a little bit more. They fill you up a little bit more, and I feel like they might load a little bit better, too. With thicker pasta, anyway. Kojiro, you like Alfredo? That's a good one as well. LTG, your choice before this diet was lasagna? Oh, I haven't had lasagna for a long time, but the IzGames clan has a recipe for homemade lasagna. My mom used to make it all the way from scratch, including making her own noodles as well. It took like 12 hours, all told, which is brutal. Pasta shells and marinara. Oh, it sounds so good, Ryan. Let's see, how much would you like to know? Can you confirm that I don't have what I need? Because I'm pretty sure I don't. But if you can confirm that, that'll put me in a good spot right now. You do not have what you need. Alright, so I'm going to keep looking around a little bit. See what else I can spot first. But yeah, marinara is probably my favorite of all the sauces. I usually have something with marinara in it almost once a week. Because I love it that much. I really, truly do. Let's see. And plus, it's just really easy to toss together as well. A good marinara is not too hard to come by. Let's see. Ryan's still working on Arkin. Have a few songs to make for people on Twitch too. Oh, awesome, awesome. I did making some streamer stuff. I would love to hear your stuff around Twitch. That would be awesome. Hides the 9 jars of homemade red sauce from Shane. Gimme, need some of that. Egg drop soup. Oh, egg drop soup is so tasty. I've had some pretty, like, really weak egg drop soup, but if you get it made just right, oh my god, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Haven't had that forever. It's been a long time since I've had it too, because I tried having egg drop soup delivery one time. That was a bad idea. No, you gotta have it in the restaurant. This is important. Or make it yourself, I suppose, but I've never tried that before. Now, what happens if we look at the canary now?
No, let the little guy sleep.
We'll do that. That's probably for the best. Is there anything else to look at in here?
It's a vein of coal.
Look at that.
These canisters seem to seal up fairly tight.
Makes sense. I should actually look and see if he says anything about the canister.
The Black Dragon gets his fuel in these canisters.
Alright, so we don't actually know if there's anything inside the canister, which is probably good because I suspect we're going to need it empty for what we're going to do later. Let's see. Hot and sour soup. I've heard of that one. I've never actually tried that myself. But that does sound tasty. What's the gold sand there? We could try looking at that.
This chemical dust is a byproduct of diamond mining. Whenever we sweep it out of the mines, it seems to rain.
That's really bizarre. Can we take some of that?
I'm not a chemist, but I think I can use this.
Alright. That's a weird thing. We definitely missed that before.
It's ammonium nitrate powder. I saw a pile of this get caught in an updraft and cause a downpour.
Alright, so we've got some powder we can use to make it rain? If we have an updraft? How did we scrape it out though? Bare hands? I suppose we are a dragon, so we got some claws. Oh wait, there is a cloud there too, that's true. That is incredibly specific. This game is really weird with some of its puzzles. I have an idea now as well. I think I know what we have to do next. So let's head back to the cave. See if now we can best this last trial. I've got a suspicion we may have everything we need now. At least we can advance the puzzle a little bit.
Okay, it seems safe enough. No puddles or anything.
Ammonium nitrate is actually what's used to seed clouds. Wow! That's actually wild. I didn't know that. This game is kind of nuts right there. Really detailed stuff.
You're doing better than I...
Alright, let's try the challenge again.
I'm ready for the challenge.
Hey Gogs, welcome in. How are you doing today? How was your weekend? How was your Halloween? Tell me everything. Slow cooking a beef roast. Oh, that is awesome, Bob. I hope it turns out well. Alright, so we'll do the test of something a wee bit scary. Have him summon up the laundry monster. Alright, first step. Hit the laundry monster with its arch nemesis soap. Although it's dry soap, I don't know that anybody actually uses dry soap anymore, but we can hit him with some dry soap.
Wow!
Doesn't seem to mind, but that's okay. We've got a second step now. We're gonna take some ammonium nitrate. See if we can throw it in that little cloud right there.
Die, you banshee of 1,000 wash cycles! I've taken care of you for good.
Nice work, kid. If you hadn't held the start, you'd be in for a rematch. You've passed the test!
Woo! And it folded itself too, that's handy.
First walked in here, I didn't think you had what it takes.
So that means I'm a knight?
Not yet, you little schnutzy. Your reward for passing the almost impossible challenges of the Cave of Dilemma is this cubic zirconia.
What?
You can redeem this for a knighthood in any kingdom in the world.
Oh, that works.
Thanks for your help, Ancient Owl.
You got what you came for, so go. If you get a chance, drop me a line. I'd like to know how things turn out.
Hopefully well. We're going in a good direction here.
He won't ride. They never do.
Did it put itself away? That is the last part of the process, and a frustrating part. I hate everything having to do with laundry. Laundromancy? I wish I had laundromancy. Thanks for the GG Lost, I appreciate it. Let's see, Rin, you're supposed to use powder detergent if you're putting your washer on delay start. I suppose that does make sense, so it doesn't like soak into the clothes in the meantime. That makes sense. That I can see it for. Hydromancers are just wash wizards? Where can I learn these skills? I need that. Let's see, Gogs, you dressed up, had a chill evening at home with the kids, no trick-or-treating due to lockdown, right. But had a really nice evening in the end? Well, that's all that counts. I stayed at home, I watched a horror movie with a friend, and ate some candy, so I did good as well there too. Laundry is the reason humanity will make droids, then we will eventually get to Star Wars level droids. I'd like that. Have C-3PO to wash and fold my laundry? That'd be amazing. I did just quote Anakin there, didn't I? Damn it.
That's my ticket to entering the tournament. All I have to do is give it to King Allfire.
Alright, we are ready for the tournament now, it sounds like. Excellent, excellent. Let's go ahead and save, and I'm curious where we're at as far as the save file says. Laundry, dishes, and windows, a deadly trio. A deadlier trio I'm not sure you'd be able to find. Oh wow, our last save was 82%, so I think we're getting real close to the end of the game now. Let's see. 87%! Yeah, we're definitely beating this game today. Alright, so, let's head to the tournament then. Let's keep this train rolling.
I hope there's still time to compete in the tournament.
I hope so too. Let's head to town, and the arena, I imagine, is where it's taking place. And it says today right there, so let's hop in at least and get qualified. Janet, I love that song.
Flicker, come over here. By George, by Dragon, you've done it, haven't you? Hand over the cubic zirconia. Night as you become as that is all as.
Wow, he knows Latin too. I love the art and animation in this game. It's so cute.
This has been one exciting tournament. Joining me in the booth is my special guest, Jacques Strap. What are your thoughts so far, Jacques?
Well, you know, for the, what are you down for?
I couldn't have said it better, champ. Sir Flicker of Camel Hot, newly knighted just this very morning, has emerged as a dark horse favorite.
What, you, move for, the moment?
No thanks, Jacques, just had a cap. Now, young Sir Flicker goes head-to-head against veteran Sir Gasflame in the vicious log-rolling competition.
He's wearing skates!
Oh,
An astute observation, champ. With that victory, young Sir Flicker shall meet Sir Loungelot in a contest of cunning, strength, and courage. I am speaking, of course, of the very butch and dragonly sport of thumb wrestling.
Thumb wrestling. Interesting.
You call that thumb opposable?
No.
You never had a chance, boy.
Oh god, he looks terrifying.
Did you see it?
Are you certain that was a miner eating a hedgehog over there?
Perhaps not.
Oh, I missed that last bin. Continue, brave knight.
Excellent, we get another shot at it. Yeah, let's go at him. Let's do
I'm
this.
ready, sire. This time I'll show him no mercy.
All right, I think I got what we need to do here. Oh, we got him. No, we got out of it. Come on. No, I thought I had him there.
You call that thumb opposable?
There, we got him. Oh, it keeps getting out. I don't know if I need to do something when I'm holding it down. Do I need to mash the button?
You call that thumb opposable?
I'm not sure. Oh, no, you got me.
You never had a chance.
I don't know what I have to
boy.
do for that. I'm trying to mash the button. My meter isn't moving at all. Maybe I have to mash a different button? I'm not sure.
Curious how a good snooze.
Probably need to mash something. You gotta mash
strike out of the
something,
blue.
but nothing seems to be doing
I
there.
missed that
There
last
is a thing that
part.
needs to be done.
Do it
Want to know?
again.
Yes, I would like to know because I don't know. I'm pressing left and right to move the thumb back and forth, and then I'm pressing X to drop my thumb. So I'm not sure if there's something else I have to do there. R1, R2, L1, and L2 together? I would not have guessed that in a million years. I haven't even used R2 and L2 in this entire game. What in the heck? Thank you for letting me know. I very much appreciate that. And hey, Emperor, welcome in. How are you doing today, Emperor? How was your weekend? How was your Halloween? Let me know. Yeah, literally just button mash.
I'm ready, sire.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this. So saith the walkthrough. Excellent. Hopefully that wasn't the Saturn version, though. All right, let's catch him. Oh, I almost had him there. Oh, no, he got me.
You never
Oh
had a
my
chance,
god, even
boy.
mashing the buttons, he got me there. Holy crap. So that is what I have to do. I have to hit all the buttons. Does the Saturn? I'd never actually used the Sega Saturn before.
Curious how a good snooze can strike out of the blue. I missed that last part. Do it again.
Probably would be the manual, yeah. I don't think I actually... Did I actually have a manual with my copy? I did get a manual with my copy. Hang on. I don't think I've ever actually looked at this manual. I probably should have. Oh, I've still got the PlayStation registration card in here, too. That's a good thing. Let's see. Does it mention... Does it make mention of the thumb wrestling in here? It does! Alright, it says alternate L1 and R1 or R2 and L2, so I only need to use 2 of the buttons, I suppose, but... Alright, yeah, it does actually explain that in the manual. So they wanted me to read the manual first. I know, I should have read the manual first. I should have, but there we go. Alright, so we can do this. Manuals never lead you astray. It's true, it's true.
I'm ready, sire. This time I'll show him no mercy.
Alright, good luck with the bread Rin. Hopefully we'll have this guy defeated by then. Alright, we got him this time. Oh, dang it.
You call that thumb opposable?
Come on. Come on up. Maybe I do need to hit all 4, because that hitting just 2 of them was not working.
You call that thumb opposable? Illegal grip, you all sort, no fair!
Yeah, I kind of needed to mash all 4 there. Just 2 of them didn't work. The instruction manual seemed to make it sound like it was just 2, but 4 works better.
Flicker, you won! You won!
Woo!
Glad I have to admit that I am surprised at the outcome of this tournament.
It was never in doubt, sire. I have the most cunning thumbs in all of Camelhot.
But I was supposed to be the winner! I'm supposed to marry Flame!
Wow!
I am here to be crowned the true king of Camelhot.
Too late, foul brute. The tournament is over.
Your time is past, King Smallfire.
Loyal knights, defeat this monstrosity.
Well, this is a plot twist. Oh, jeez.
What an entrance! The Black Dragon almost cleared out the entire arena.
Alright, I think we have to go make an invention before anything else. I've got an idea for what needs to happen next. Alright, to see how this will end, I've got my suspicions. So, Let's take a look at the last invention in the invention book first, and you'll see what I'm thinking of right here. As past this, we have the popcorn party popper. So here's what you do.
You start with an ear of fresh corn, which you have to dry until the kernels are hard.
Alright.
Dried corn kernels are packed into an airtight container. It has to be metal to evenly distribute the heat.
Cool.
Toss the popper into a fire or near anything that's really hot, and a few minutes later, look out. A large enough popper could blow out the fire, or worse, so be careful.
So I think this is what we have to do. We have to make the popcorn party popper. Now we do have the metal tube already, so I think we're about halfway there. But we need to get some corn kernels first.
I really can't do that.
But you can't just take the corn for some reason.
And let those big black birds peck my hand? Quoth Flicker nevermore.
Alright, so we have to chase off the blackbirds before we can get any of the corn. So what would we use to do that? Can we use the eagle stamp, maybe?
It's a stamp.
Possibly? Maybe an eagle would scare them off.
Why would I... Why would I...
No.
Why would I...
No, that doesn't seem to be working. Can we just use it on the birds directly? No, that doesn't seem to work. The sheet, maybe we could make a scarecrow. Maybe we could make a scarecrow.
It's a pretty odd idea.
No, that's not gonna... Really?
It's a pretty...
I thought that was gonna work. I thought I was onto something there.
It's a...
Am I in the right spot?
The royal subjects love it.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
This will...
No.
The royal...
Maybe I can't even look at that.
Lance the Mole is certain.
No, I don't think I can even look at the
royal...
pitchfork anymore. Oh, there is a tea stand there, isn't there? There is. I didn't even notice that. There we go.
Ah, this should fix those crows. That's better. Now this garden can grow.
Oh, that was quick. Yeah, I didn't even see there was a tea bar back there. So that explains that.
I'm sure some use for this corn will pop.
Pop up? Nice clue there. Alright, so let's look at the corn in the inventory and make sure it's going to be suitable.
What a great ear of fresh corn. The farmer who planted this is outstanding in his field.
Alright, so let's see. Can we combine it with the vessel?
No, my invention book calls for dried corn.
No, we gotta dry the corn first. And it mentioned something about... Let's see, what did it say about the drying process? I think it had a clue in there as well.
You start with an ear of fresh corn, which you have to dry until the kernels are hard.
But it shows under the bright sun there. But we might have to do something else. Let's see, Lodo, welcome in. How are you doing today, Lodo? How was your Halloween as well? Hope you're doing well. You beat Nosferatu, dude! That is awesome. How did you like it overall? You still have fun after you beat it? Oh, right. There is a thing we have that dries things. We can do that. That's a bit of a weird solution to the puzzle, but it is an adventure game. I should be used to these things by now. 4.3 out of 10. That's pretty low. That's pretty low. But then again, it did seem like it got pretty janky in some parts and kind of frustrating. Alright, let's do this. So grab the stilts to get across the river again. And then, don't forget, it's not just a dryer. It's a magic dryer. Possibly with the power of Excalibur? I'm not 100% clear on that.
The setting must have been too high. I got popcorn instead of dried corn.
Damn it! Can we manipulate it somehow? It's too powerful. It's too powerful. Alright. That's a problem I was not expecting to have. Interesting. Enchantment? Enchantment! It's the right idea, but wrong execution.
It would be like...
Now we gotta get some more corn, too. Alright, let's go grab some more corn. I played myself. I completely played myself. I appreciate that there's another step to the puzzle, though. That actually makes things more interesting. Excuse me. So, it doesn't look like I can actually interact with it. No, maybe I was hitting the wrong place. We'll try that, but doesn't look like it so far. Alright, let's grab some more corn. That was what you expected to happen? I was actually wondering why it was in there. While I was in there, I'm like, wait, why would it dry the corn and not just turn into popcorn? And there it did. Sorry, you meant Chanel? Exactly. You gotta call me by my proper name. It says it right there in Twitch. Shane. I don't even know where you'd get that from. Who is this Shane person? I don't understand. Alright, so let's head back there and see if maybe there's a certain, maybe there's just like a really small interaction point we can click in order to change the settings. Like, I see some knobs on there. Oh, alright, so all I have to do is click on the other side now and you automatically use the sticks. That's handy, I appreciate that game. Alright, so can I click on just the knobs? Maybe?
Now it's set on delicate.
There we go, alright, so there was a tiny interaction point just for the knobs. That's easy enough. Alright, grab the corn, put it in on delicate.
Perfectly dried popping corn.
There we go, alright. So we'll take that, and we're going to combine that with our wooden tube, or metal tube. And what does it look like now?
Eureka!
Alright, he just says Eureka. I think that's probably what we need. I suspect that is probably the thing we need, so we're going to save one more time. Gotta love frivolous details like that. I do. I honestly do. It makes me so happy. Just ridiculous little additions to puzzles that they add in there. The A2 reminds you you've been thinking of getting one of those fruit drying things. I think Rin actually has one of those if you got any questions about it. Yeah, dried fruit is a tasty thing, most definitely. Chris, thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate those. Very kind of you. Eureka 7? I did enjoy Eureka 7. That's a fun series, surprisingly emotional as well. Has you ever played Day of the Tentacle? Not yet. I'm planning to work my way through the LucasArts catalog. But right now, all we've done is Maniac Mansion. So we got a long way to go. And yes, there is the link in chat if you'd like to see what games I've played in the past. Feel free to check that out. What is the percentage now? Let's take a look-see. 95%! We're almost there. We are very nearly there now. This might actually be the last thing we need to do. How do you pick the games you play? It is a complicated system, Ryan. I've got a system where I separate my games into cycles or seasons, and each cycle has a first-person game, a third-person game, an adventure game, a console game or something that doesn't fit into those categories, and then a game that is 40 hours or longer. And as for what games go on my list of games to play, I try and pick things that I don't see on Twitch very often. Things I think I'd have fun playing, things I think might be interesting, if not necessarily good. It's a complicated system, and I'm extremely neurotic about it, but I think I get some weird stuff in there, so I'm happy about it. Ouija board, dartboard, and a mongoose. Only I have the dedication to Twitch to use 2 boards to decide my games right there. And the phases of the moon, that's important too. You gotta throw them in there. Basically throws a D100. I do actually have a D100. I do. I'm that kind of nerd. I haven't played any of the Discworld adventure games yet. We were actually talking earlier that I kind of want to see if I can get a hold of Discworld Noir. I would really love to play that one, but that would probably be where I start. A room with a moose. I love that episode. How else are you playing board games? It's true, I do need one of those. Yeah, unfortunately the roller for the chat will only do a D20. They deserve a 3 though. Alright, let's head back to town then. Let's see if we've got what we needed to finish this puzzle. We're close, if nothing else. I feel like we're close. You've got a lot of D20? I have a lot too. oh God. I've probably got at least 10 full sets of dice, which is probably too many. And most will murder you. Those are gigantic bastards. If they want you dead, you just may as well lay down. It's over.
The black dragon's outflaming all the king's knights.
Well, that seems violent. Alright, I can't do anything from there. Do I have to just toss it in? Is that a thing? Or use it from back here somehow?
No, that's not quite right.
Apparently not.
No.
Really? I figured that'd be the thing.
No.
What else do we have to do here then? We do have a catapult, actually. Is that what we gotta do? Head to the practice range. We can see the black dragon from back here. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, so now let's grab it from here. Let's load it into the catapult. Alright, let's do this.
Eureka! Die, evil dragon!
Woo!
Popped him in a jiffy. Oh, I better get back to the tournament to see how everyone is doing.
Popped him in a jiffy! God damn it, game. God damn it. That is a lot of popcorn, though.
You dimwit! You wrecked another black dragon! That's it! I quit!
Oh, quit your whining and build me a Black Dragon 3, magician.
Oh, yeah. I'll make you a black dragon, all right. Consider this my resignation!
Oh, jeez.
Whoa! That was a mistake. Give me back my scepter!
Oh, your wish is my command, mighty Mervin. Join your scepter!
Oh, jeez, he ate him.
I am the Inferno Incarnate! Nobody will stand between me and legal and binding ownership of this kingdom.
I order you to leave Camelhot this instant.
You order me? You're not fit to order me lunch! Say, there's an idea. Lunch. I think I'll start with a shrimp.
Oh, jeez!
What a jerk! You ate the king! You can't eat the king!
And a little cream puff for dessert.
Oh, jeez!
Now, to survey my new land before I scorch it black.
You alright there, buddy? Get all choked up at the end. Still need to work on that evil laugh. Oh, God!
It's not fair! I go to all the trouble of creating the ultimate weapon, and the ungrateful contraption eats me!
Alright, we gotta figure out what to do in here. Let's look around first.
Mervin's as stuck as the king and I. Etc., etc., etc. The black dragon is draining mystical energy from the jewel. I doubt it would be able to fly without it.
So we gotta cut him off from the jewel somehow.
It looks to be an emergency starter.
Well, that's weird.
It's an indicator of how much energy the black dragon is draining from the mystic jewel. As if that annoying clicking sound didn't make it clear enough.
What else is there in here?
Mervin's got a control lever that matches mine. I wonder what they're for.
You like the king?
King Allfire is just as stuck as I am, and he appears to be in a bit of a stew.
Alright, can we just try grabbing the scepter, see if that does anything?
I can't can't break through that case. It's as thick as Sir George's skull.
Apparently not. Can we do something with the emergency starter?
Oh, nothing much is going to happen while the engines are still running.
Alright, fair enough. Can we pull the lever?
Stop touching that! With too little power, we'll surely stall and crash.
Do we need to overload it, maybe? Possibly we need to overload it then. Can we talk to him?
What do you think of the decor inside your new dragon, Mervyn? Me, I think the slime's just a lovely shade of puke.
Very funny, foolish dragon. This will be no more than a minor setback once I get my hands on that scepter.
Alright, let's see, so the only thing we figured out is if I pull the lever... Oh, there we go.
Not too fast or it'll blow!
Nope, he's not letting us do that either. What happens if I try now?
Fiddle with your joystick as much as you want, dragon. I have one of my own.
Alright, let's check what's in our inventory. We've used everything in here except the clicker. But she did mention that annoying clicking noise. Can we do something with that?
Hey, it sounds like the engine. Sort of.
Are you playing with that lever again? Stop it! You'll go blind.
Alright, can I interact with anything else?
I wouldn't waste my breath.
Oh wait, what if we use the clicker on this?
It's pointless for you to speed it up. I can simply slow it down. I don't understand. How could it stall?
There we go. Oh shoot, alright. So we can make it stall out, but we've got to do something while it's stalled. Alright, I think we're onto something here. We're making progress.
It's pointless for you to speed it up. I can simply slow it down.
There we go.
I don't understand. How could it stall?
Alright, so now can I grab it?
I can't break through that case. It's as thick as Sir George's skull.
No, I can't just grab the scepter. Gotta be something else I can do. Yeah, we're half on the right track here. Let's see, is there anything we can do about the case? We do have a pickaxe, maybe we could use that. Yeah, let's keep trying this, let's keep trying this.
It's pointless for you to...
Alright, so then he slows it down, and then it stalls out. Let's see if we can use the pickaxe here. Let's see, there we go. Oh, dang it, I've got so little time to work with, though. Gotta be quick on this, so grab the clicker again. Use it on this. There we go. Get them to stall it out.
I don't understand.
So then, go into my inventory. Grab this.
Nope, this isn't the right time.
Can't use that, dang it. Can we sabotage the starter beforehand? Is some way we can do that? Maybe we could use the shears to cut it. Can we cut the starter?
Ah, I can't hold the cord and cut it all at the same time.
Oh, we're onto something there. What could we use to hold the cord then? The tongs?
This doesn't seem to be...
No. What else could we use? Could we use the pickaxe to pin it in place, maybe?
Nope, this isn't...
Alright, I think we're onto something, though. I think we're making progress here. Skis?
This isn't the...
Let's see, is there something else we can do with the king?
King Allfire? Can you hear me, sire?
Put me back in, Mick. I'm wearing him down, I can tell. Where are my trunks?
The king must have taken a knock to the royal noggin.
Yeah, he's having some problems.
Ah!
Oh, maybe we can snip it while he's pulling on it. That's what we gotta do. We gotta snip it while he's pulling on it. Alright, I think we got this. I think I've got this here. Alright, so we use the clicker first.
It's pointless for you to...
And then he stalls it out. And then we go back up to the inventory. Grab the shears. There we go.
Oh, that's just marvelous, lizard boy.
Oh jeez, are we gonna die? I hope we're not gonna die. We might die, possibly.
The path to freedom lies ahead. Only something unpredictable and very heavy can stop me now.
Oh really? That'll cushion the landing a little bit.
Mervyn, you utter fool! Fool? Oh, you ungrateful, bloated cretin! I made you! You are where you are today, thanks to me!
Then thanks for putting me up a tree, you cross-dressing pilk!
Oh, that's going well for him.
What a stroke of luck, sire. Landing on top of the royal mattress factory like we...
Oh, I haven't felt this young in years. I think I have another 500 years of ruling in me. Let me ask you, Flicker, if you didn't really want to run the kingdom, why did you enter the tournament?
Well, sire, apart from the usual reasons of macho bravado and general stupidity, it was to save Princess Flame from having to marry against her will.
I see. Flicker, your actions over these past few days have shown you to be a lad of noble character, with a brave streak bordering on the suicidal. I think you would be the perfect suitor for my Flame.
Is that all I had to do to impress you? I would have done that years ago.
I noticed they have 2 cats listed under motion
Seems a
capture.
long way back to the castle.
Yes, I don't remember it being this far.
And now we're getting some more jokes in here too. I appreciate that.
Seems like we're standing on a treadmill.
And now we're getting meta. That is happening.
I think I figured it out, Flicker. We're on a shortcut.
A shortcut?
Quite. Why, I bet the designers took a shortcut by looping this road in 20 frames.
That explains it. Can you believe the audacity of those guys?
They said it, not me.
Yeah, Murray, it's me. Hold the phone real close, pal. I've got something real personal to tell you. You're fired! You stink! You're not an agent, you're a curse! I'll tell you what's the matter. It's this gig you got me. The one with the dragons and knights and crap. It's a dog, Murray. And this business with the computers and the interactive games is not the wave of the future, Buck Rogers. It's the wave that washes dead fish up on shore. It stinks worse than you do, and it's never going to catch on. All you do is walk around picking up enough stuff to fill a shopping cart. Oh, and get this, the bag they give you to put it all in is tiny. I mean, there you are, hefting around half a ton of useless crud that you probably couldn't lift with a damn crane. Suspend your disbelief if you will, folks. You break your back to find some toenail clippings that you're going to have to use later on with some belly button lint to make an atom bomb. Yeah. Oh, and get this. If there's some kind of problem that the programmers can't be bothered to deal with, they just say it has magical properties and move on to the next scene. Who writes this stuff, for Pete's sake? Oh, and then they go and cut half my lines to give more screen time to that Flicker kid, who, just between you and me, is lousy. I don't care, Murray. Now, why don't you start earning that 20% you're stealing from me and get me some TV work? Here's an idea. Team me up with some young lookers and we can go solve crimes. Trivets Angels or something. Look, I gotta go before these spuds start working on a sequel. Huh? I don't care if my contract says I have to. Oh, I just won't show. What are they going to do, sue me? Oh, yeah, good point. So I'll be in the next one. But only if they get someone who at least graduated from high school to do the graphics. You work on it. Okay, baby, I'm out of here. If you want me, I'll be at 2 Bunch getting a soak in the mud. All right, love to you too.
Wow, that went places. Holy crap. That was incredible. And ladies and gentlemen, Blazing Dragons, I will mention, even if he didn't get a good contract there, he did get the cover of the game box, at least, so that did happen. They must have negotiated some sort of contract in there. And Sisu, I'm glad you noticed all the jokes in those credits. They had a bunch of jokes. That whole section, shortly above the Surgeon General's warning, was a bunch of gags as well. Definitely read all of those. And Sisu, if I haven't said welcome in today, how are you doing today? I hope you had a good Halloween. Vesper Ghoul, you just walked into the very ending of Blazing Dragons, which was a wonderful game. I had a lot of fun with this. This was a hoot. The humor was really good. Most of the puzzles were pretty solid, enough that it was really fun. What did you guys think of this? What did all of you think of Blazing Dragons? Did you enjoy watching it? Did you have fun being here for this? I hope you did. I had a fantastic time with this. Seriously, this was a gem, and I'm glad I played it. And also the Lord Hungers, apparently. Blazing Dragons actually got censored in America. Toon Disney censored a bunch of things. Ah, yeah, it sounds like a thing Toon Disney would do. Toon Disney does do that. Ryan, you liked it? Excellent. Lost, you liked it as well? Glad to hear. Bob, you said it was fun. Good deal. Vesper, definitely check out the VODs. This was good. Trey Dog, you're glad to know it holds up as well as you remember it being. It does. It was really good. Drav, you think it was entertaining. Excellent. One word game summary. Salted dick crackers. That is indeed one word. And a good summary. Cecil, you're going to give it a couple weeks, then you're going to play it yourself. Let me know how you like it when you play through it. I hope you have fun with it. That is the last thing we're going to have to check out. So there's a thing here called previews. And I checked this out when I was first testing out the game because I'm like, is that a preview of the Blazing Dragons cartoon? Surely that is a preview of the Blazing Dragons cartoon. It is not. It is a preview of the Crystal Dynamics catalog. Would you like to see it, chat? Would you like to see what Crystal Dynamics has in store in the golden age of 1996? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's check this thing out. See what they got on here.
Play ball!
Crystal Dynamics 32-bit lineup with all the nose bleeding, brain bruising, and eye-grabbing power that you'd expect from the leader. Third generation 32-bit software. In your face.
Are there any other games we could play?
I think he's dead.
Hey, pal, walk it off.
That's so 90s, it hurts me. And hey, MP83, welcome in and thank you for the raid. How are you doing today? Hope you had a good stream. What were you playing and how did it go? Tell me everything. Yeah, you were coming in just as we were watching a trailer for the exciting Crystal Dynamics 1996 game lineup. Seems about right. It's so 90s. Oh my god. And yes, that was Commander Ivanova. I didn't know she was in a video game. I'm probably going to have to see if I can track that game down now. I'm very curious. I think Gex is pretty much the only game I'd ever heard of before on there. Aside from Blazing Dragons, of course. I know Gex. The other ones I am not familiar with, but there was a lot in there. Oh my gosh. Oh, and Legacy Kane. Of course I know that one. Let's see. Crystal Dynamics started off making 3DO games and then they ported them to PS1. That would make sense. And Nintenmon, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Forgot how 90s the 90s were. It's so in your face. So in your face. Let's see. Random MSX1 games. Just going through the games that I used to play as a child. Oh, that is awesome. I'm going to have to check out the VOD for that. I know very little about the MSX. So I want to check that out. Blood Omen already listed there. Okay, Shane, time to start it. Oh, Blood Omen doesn't hold up very well, though. I do not enjoy Blood Omen. I've tried, but I don't know, man. I don't know. They had a colored loading screen unique to the previews. They did. What is up with that? You have the sudden urge to go play Army Man 3D? Oh, man. If you got the urge, go for it. Go for it. I love those games back in the day. Let's see. Solar Eclipse. Yes, I looked that up before. I actually had to go to IMDb and look up the actress. Claudia Christian, I believe, is the name of the actress. So I looked that up on IMDb to find the name before. So I want to see if I can track that down. I would be curious about that. To be fair, you played far worse games on stream. I have, but I don't think I enjoy going through that. I played about halfway through that game before, and then I got super frustrated with it. Let's see. That's exactly what you just did. Excellent. Great minds, Leah, too. Great minds. Casper for the PS1. That one I've never played before. That one I don't know much about. I'm talking about... Oh, wait, that's not a Tex Murphy horse. That is the Gabriel Knight horse. That is the Gabriel Knight horse. Let me throw that out there. The greatest of Tier 3 emotes. Also available for free in this channel. Because while you're here, you deserve a complimentary confused horse. Everyone does. It's a beautiful thing. So yeah, that is basically everything we've got in here. So folks, I hope you enjoyed this. I really hope you do. This was the bonus community game. So anyone that pitched in points to get this on stream, you made this happen. I hope it was worth your while. I hope you enjoyed it. That's the MP83. You've only played and finished Gabriel Knight 1 and 3. Oh my god. MP83. Gabriel Knight 2, also known as The Beast Within, is probably my favorite FMV game of all time. So if you've still got that on your lineup, you are in for such a treat. It's so good. Fantastic casting, great acting, hilarious writing, some decent puzzles as well. Great storyline, some great drama, and also the final puzzle of that game is one of my favorite adventure game puzzles of all time. Very, very clever puzzle. So yeah, look forward to that if you got that coming up. Confused or bemused? I haven't ever been able to make it out. There's a lot going on in that horse's face, and I'm just not sure yet. I'm just not sure. Alright, so the Casper game is a giant puzzle. Alright, that sounds like an interesting game. I would check that out sometime. When are we getting a replay of Gabriel Knight? Oh, I'd love to. Don't tempt me, I'll do it. I will do it. That was a pretty short game overall. It's probably about, see, what did we say, about 5... around 8 or 9 hours right there. And that's, considering all the slowdowns from doing stream stuff. Yeah, around 8 or 9 hours overall, so... I think it was reasonably lengthy for a adventure game. I don't mind it at all, but, yeah, that was a good length. I enjoyed that one. You love the Tex Murphy games. We're actually going to try and play Overseer next week. But I've been having a lot of trouble getting Overseer to run correctly. If you've got any tips for that, I would love to hear. But we're going to try it next week. We are going to try it. Now, Hardline, I've never heard of that one, so that one I got to look into. Most definitely. Need more point-and-click games up in here? King's Quest? You know, Retrograde Tom is actually playing through the King's Quest games right now, or he's playing 7 recently, if you want to check that out. Yes, Overseer is the 5th Tex Murphy game overall, the 3rd of the FMV Tex Murphys, and a remake of Tex Murphy 1. So there's that. We haven't played Day of the Tentacle yet. I want to, but it's going to be part of our playthrough of all of the LucasArts chronology. But so far, the only LucasArts game we've played so far is Maniac Mansion, one of the earliest ones. So we will get to it in time, and I just don't know when. But yeah, we want to play more. I want to play more LucasArts games on here, definitely. I want to play through all the Telltale games as well. Another interesting adventure game company there. A light gun shooter for DOS. Holy shit, I gotta check that out. Alright, so yeah, I think it's still a little early for the stream, but I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up right here. Since we've completed the game, and I don't think we really have time to jump into anything else. But just as a reminder, next week, ladies and gentlemen, next week we will be starting on Tex Murphy Overseer. I suspect we are going to be able to play through it in Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so we'll probably be finishing it next week as well. Let's see, MP83, I could not get the GOG release running on my machine. I'll try it again, see if I missed anything, but no, the GOG release did not work on my machine. I tried the Steam release, I tried the GOG release, neither of them worked for me. So yeah, I'm kind of at a loss there. I'm currently trying to get it running on a Windows 98 VM, but that's about all I've got going. So I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to see what I can do there. So yeah, I hope everyone had a lot of fun with this. I hope everyone really enjoyed watching the playthrough of this. I had so much fun with this. This truly is a gem. And if you know anybody out there that is a fan of retro adventure games, this might be one to recommend to them. But for right now, like I said, I think we're going to call it a night. And we're going to see if we can maybe go hang out with somebody else. So, before you go anywhere, folks... Vesper Ghoul played all the Cage games. The only Cage game we've played so far on here is Indigo Prophecy / Fahrenheit. And then I kind of stopped because David Cage is kind of a dick. He does make some interesting games, though deeply flawed games. But I don't know when we're going to get back to those. But we played Indigo Prophecy at least, which is probably my favorite of the David Cage games I've played so far. Silverlode, there's another one I got to check out too. All right, folks. One last thing before we call it quits here, and that is... let's see if we can go find somebody else to hang out with in case you want to do some more Twitch watching tonight. I'm sure we've got some good friends at the stream doing some cool things. So, make sure to hit follow if you haven't already, and while I'm seeing who all is live, there are some links in chat that you may want to check out if you haven't seen them yet. There is a link to my Twitter if you want to see what I'm up to outside of the stream. There is a link to my YouTube if you want to check out any of the games I have played in the past. And there is a link to my Discord if you'd like to continue the conversation with us outside the stream. Feel free to jump in on that. And I see exactly where we're going, because there's a streamer I like very much who is playing a game I like very much, so this is definitely a win-win. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love it if you would join me as we go raid none other than Jessica Fleur, who right now is playing a criminally underrated game, Typing of the Dead, for PC. It's an amazing, amazing game. So why don't you join me over there? If you haven't seen it before, you're in for a treat. Why don't you say hi to Jess while you're over there as well? Throw her a follow if you like what she's doing. But for right now, I'm just going to say, as I always do, have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at in the world. And I will see you folks next week for some more Tex Murphy. Take care of yourselves till then, everybody.